music. Go crazy.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Gamers Council. I'm your host, WEBDAVE, along with my co-host, Hargeet Chani. Hargeet, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. It's been a busy week, but yeah, it's good news on the gaming side. Let's talk about it.
Oh, yeah, lots of good stuff. And I am pleased for the return of the one and only Mav from Fun Speculation. Sir, welcome to the show today.
Hey, what's up, man? It's good to be back. It's been a little bit since I've been able to be here, but we are back, and there's been a lot of news and stuff to talk about. So it's a pretty good week to be on the show. But yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Oh, always. You're always welcome here, man. We love having you. And just so you know that there is a special emojis tonight. We have a Fun Speculation emoji in the chat. We also have Fuzzy Belvedere emoji in the chat, which he will be here shortly. He's doing the shop podcast right now with PTK and Pong So. When they get that wrapped up, he says he's going to jump on with us. There is no Pixelated Echoes tonight because Will 3-Bit has some work he's doing. So we'll get him on here in just a little bit. That'll be fun. So it'll be the four of us talking games, and we definitely love talking games. Matt, before we kind of get started, and I don't mean to throw you for a loop here, but I noticed that you and your wife are doing something now, a podcast together. You've done a couple episodes of that. How's that going?
Yeah, man. So something we wanted to do for a long time. It's kind of separate from the whole gaming side of YouTube and everything. And she's been a big part of our channel, like behind the scenes for a long time, and helped start it really as like one of our first panel members. But we wanted to do like something else. So we started a channel. It's just kind of like vlogs and stuff like that. Like, hey, we'll just sit in the truck and eat some stuff or whatever, talk about life and stuff like that. You know, whatever we want to do, talk about. And so we've been doing that. Life got real busy the last month, so we haven't posted a lot of content the last month, but we just recorded our first episode of the actual podcast yesterday. Nice. So that's going to go up probably tonight. So at some point it'll be posted. We're recording it. We're not doing a bunch of fancy stuff. Like, you know, I'm not using a lot of my equipment and things like that. It's just me and her literally sitting at the table, doing some segments and stuff. And yeah, so that'll go up tonight. So if you're interested, you can check that out. It's called Sup Babe Network. And you might get some laughs out of it because, you know, she's pretty funny. So
Yes, she is. Well, you guys are, like I said, a power couple, and we love that you guys are doing even more things together. So it's that's awesome. And I'll get the link for that, since that's a separate channel. We'll get the link for that, and I'll add it to the description here in just a little bit. If you want to put that in the private chat for me, that would be great. And that way I'll have it exactly as it's supposed to be, and then I'll add it here just a little bit. That way it'll also, if you're listening later on audio, they'll definitely be in the description below on that as well. So please don't hesitate to click on over, hit the like and subscribe and the bell icon so you don't miss any episodes. Like I said, there's so much great content out there on YouTube, and there's a good people putting out good stuff. So you definitely want to check that out. Hargeet, man, where do you've been on a couple shows, and you know, probably you're on the pulse right now of some of the hot topics. You've done several shows this week already. So what would you think is something you want to start with, or it may not even be on what we've thrown up there on the list? What's got your interest right now, Hargeet?
I mean, there's a couple of big ones, but why don't we start with 007? I'm just curious what everybody thinks of it. Let's see how how that's been tickling your fancy, as it were. So we had a state of play for just that game from IO, and you know, they had like a half an hour plus of footage. So just kind of curious what people think. I don't know if you have.
I do. Let me turn the volume off of that.
Yeah. So if you want the whole thing, I can get you the whole, you know, video as well. But either way,
sure.
But essentially, you know, they kind of they've already revealed this. We knew about this, right? They revealed it a while ago. They also had a trailer for it, so we've seen a bit about it. And now we've got kind of a more in-depth look at the game. Mav, I assume you've watched this full trailer, the half an hour.
Yeah, I've seen it. Oof, dude, I was actually getting kind of Max Payne vibes. I don't know if anybody else was getting that.
That's a good call.
But yeah, I was getting some Max Payne vibes. I was getting, obviously, Hitman stuff, but like very action packed, like the graphics, the animations, the explosions, like it just looks like a blast, dude. Like third person action, and it's like you can sense some of the DNA from their studio there, but it's also completely different for them as well. So, dude, I was super like impressed with what I saw. And when I originally saw the reveal, I was like, I don't know if I was digging the like younger, like Bond take that they had with like super stylized, kind of like smirky, smart ass kid attitude. But as I've seen this in the game, like the action and stuff, it just absolutely looks amazing. So yeah, I'm pumped for it. You see like even the footage that you're showing, Dave, like the takedowns over the railing, landing on top of the dude, like the propagating fire that you just saw on the screen with the going from the barrels to the SUV. I mean, that's just crazy fun stuff and stuff you don't see in a lot of games. So this kind of was like took me as a blend of multiple kind of action games and that we haven't really seen before, man. So yeah, I was super digging it. I think it's going to be really fun to play.
I do too. I think it looks really good. And I heard some people say, it looks too much like Hitman, and I'm like, I'm not.
You don't do this in Hitman. Like Hitman, you'd be dead already if you were going running and gunning like this. You don't run and gun like this in Hitman. You know what I mean? Like, you might be running for your life. If you end up triggering to where all the guards are after you, might be trying to hide in a closet and get them to funnel towards you so you can try and take them out. But like, you ain't going running gunning like this. This gives me more like Max Payne styles, kind of, or trying to think of some other third person action games like that. I saw someone in the chat said Just Cause. Yeah, Just Cause is a good call out too. I would say like Just Cause is a little bit more extreme, than this, because like you're like paragliding, just randomly zip lining everywhere, and just tornadoes are flying at you. It's crazy stuff, but like in this one, it's more of like high grounded action, maybe like John Wick or something like that. Like it's absolutely crazy, man. Looks great.
Yeah. Hargeet, what are you thinking on it?
Yeah, I mean, look, I looked at it and it looked good to me. Is it graphically the most stunning thing? No, but it's not bad. It's what I kind of expect from IO. You definitely see that like, Hitman DNA in there. It's fine. I did see enough things that looked kind of James Bondy, as it were, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like fine, like this is, so it really just comes down to like what else is coming out at the same time. Is this kind of a day one? Is this kind of a day like 70? Like we will see, right? There's just so much coming out next year. Where I fit this in. I'm likely to play this. It's just a question of when, right? I don't do pre-orders as much nowadays. So I'll just wait. I'll see, when it seems to be a time where I can find some time to play it, and then go for it. But yeah, it seems like it'll be fun. I also don't know how. Do we know how long the game is going to be? Is it going to be like a 20-hour, 30-hour, 50-hour? Do we have any inclination?
Not that I've heard.
Did they say if there was going to be any multiplayer implementation at all, or modes?
I haven't heard anything about it. That'd be interesting, right? Like GoldenEye had that multiplayer thing.
Oh yeah.
That's something that they would want to.
Yeah, I would just see this airport, and I'm just thinking like if we had like 8 to 12 different spies running around, different agents trying to take each other out, it could be a blast.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, overall, it looks cool. I think it's it's what I kind of expect from IO. I'm not expecting this to be something very high cinematic, whatever, right? It looks a little bit maybe like a PS4 game, but it still looks good to me. It's fine. I'm not the graphics guy. I don't care. I want gameplay. So if the gameplay is good, they had a whole section where you're kind of stealthing through and trying to get inside a building without like tripping anything, right? So like that's the kind of stuff that you get with Hitman, and like that's a James Bondy type thing to do, right? So like, I kind of like what I saw so far. Some people may not agree with that, but I think it's good. I think it's decent. If you're looking for more, fair enough. But I think this is what I would expect from IO. They're not running on UE, so you're not going to get that like extreme high fidelity whatever. But look, the Hitman games have been fun. So I've played and finished those 3. So like the recent ones, if it's something of that nature, but has a more James Bond feel to it, good. That's great. That's kind of what I would look for. I don't know what the pricing is. Do we have that yet? If it's going to be $70, that's going to make it a little bit more challenging. But if they also try to make it a little cheaper, that'd be a good thing. But we'll see what they do. They just did this with Mind's Eye, and Mind's Eye was a massive fail. right. So hopefully they kind of learn their lesson there. Don't go crazy. But make sure the game is good when it's launching. Right. No major issues. But look, I trust them to be able to do a Hitman type game. So good enough. Hopefully it's not too Hitman. I do want it to have some flair that it's kind of, its own thing, right? I don't want it to be Hitman 4 in a James Bond skin.
Right.
But, as long as it's got, some James Bondiness to it, that's kind of cool. So yeah, we'll see how they do with it. But like Hitman's kind of like that though, isn't it? It has that like kind of, agent, obviously edge, right? So it's got,
but it's way
it's a good
more
fit.
slow paced and like methodical, tactical, thinking out your decisions, trying to plan things out. Like this is run and gun action with explosions all over the place and stuff. You know what I mean? Which is kind of fits like Bond. Like Bond will go in and he'll kind of like investigate.
He'll have both, right? Yeah,
this game does have both. I just don't have footage of the other.
Yeah. And then he'll all of a sudden be shooting down helicopters with rocket launchers and zip lining, and he'll do all this crazy stuff too. So it's like I like that there's a mix of gameplay here, which is variety, completely different than Hitman. So like you don't see segments anything like this in Hitman whatsoever.
Yeah.
If you get the whole building coming after you, you're pretty much screwed in that game. And this game, it seems like, hey, you're gonna have the chance to just take out an entire base of enemies, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, we'll see what they do with it. It could be fun.
Let's see here. Let me do this real quick before we get going too much further. Get that party started a little bit, but before we get to that, or get that, but
we have Rick L. Became a member. Thank you. And then WebDave gifts 5 WebDave memberships.
There you go. Yeah, well, it's Gamers Council memberships. It just comes up with my name because of the way I got it set up. But yeah, there we go. But yeah, so many great members of the community. Thank you all so much for being here. We have over 131 people here right now live with us. So thank you so much for being here and joining us. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you. But Mav, to your point, I know like in the lore of Bond, because I've actually read all the Ian Fleming novels, and the movies are a little bit different from the novels. I'll tell you that. But there was, there's like 009 through 001, as far as agents go, and there's some other rogue elements to the agency and stuff too. And there's, like the original Bond movie, the first one that was ever made, starred David Niven as James Bond, and it was a comedy, and it was also called Casino Royale, but that was the original one. It was back in 60 something, 63, 64, I believe. And it was like I said, it was a comedy when they first took it. But like Dr. No was the first serious one that they did with Sean Connery. It was awesome, very well done. But even like in the book, Bond, like at one part fights a mutated like monster type thing. And you're like, thank God they didn't put that in the movie, because it really could have. they based it more in reality. They did some of the far-fetched stuff than they did in Ian's novels. But then again, Ian Fleming, a lot of people don't know, he only wrote Bond and all this amazing stuff, but he also wrote Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. So there you go. Same author. In fact, nice. Yeah, there you go. Oh, goodness. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to this. I think it's going to be good. I've always been a fan of Bond and stuff, and I'll definitely give it a shot. They said there's like a suitcase edition. I don't know if they were just messing with you or not.
No. There is. There's
Really?
like I want to say it's a collector's edition with a pistol. I think. I don't know. I'll take a look. I'm pretty sure there is.
Wow, if there is,
Like
put
a
in the chat.
suitcase
I'll
edition or something.
bring it up on the screen. That's crazy.
Yeah, 007 First Light editions. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is something like that.
That's cool.
Let's see what IGN says about it. They'll have.
Excuse me.
Yep. There is Legacy Edition. Yeah, it literally has like a pistol showcase thing. I'll just bring it up. You can
Sure.
take a look. Let me put it in private chat. Here we go. There you go.
Cool.
And so there's a nice big picture there of the collector's edition.
I thought it was a fridge. I was like, hey, cool. All right. So what is it? You got the golden gun.
Yep, from the man with the golden gun.
Yeah.
Yep. And I love the golden gun because it was actually a whole bunch of different, like a pen, a cigarette case, a lighter, all these things that went together to form the golden gun. That's how he was able to smuggle it into stuff. So yeah, and there's replicas online that you can do. You can 3D print your own in gold chrome looking. It's pretty cool. Not that I've done that, but anyway, so yeah. That is neat. That is cool.
Pretty cool, right?
Exactly.
When did they say this comes out?
March 26th, I want to say. I think
March 27th.
Yeah. I do have a question.
Pre-order now
on that. Do y'all find it strange that PlayStation had a state of play just dedicated to this game, which isn't their own game, and it doesn't come out till next year?
Well, no, they don't have anything else to show, so why not?
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
Like it is kind of weird, right? Like let's have a dedicated show for a third-party game that we really have nothing to do with.
And
well, I mean, they don't have
marketing.
Shows anymore, right? They don't have an actual showcase because they don't have enough content. And so this is what they do. They have like little things. It's fair, it is what it is. But yeah, this is what they do now. We just get a couple of little updates. It's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to even call it a state of play, not just have like an extend, like it's just kind of, I find that interesting.
Yeah.
A way to market a third-party game when, so I guess supposedly they're supposed to have something else is what people are saying now soon. So we'll see if that happens.
The super secret showcase that we've been waiting for 5 years.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. As people keep saying, hey, it's like every few months, it's like these rumors swirl around that like,
yes,
PlayStation's having another state of play soon. So we'll see.
Oh yeah. I mean, hell, even 2 years ago, let's see, Reforged Gaming had a very reliable source saying that Starfield was coming to the PlayStation.
Are all these people that said Starfield was going to PlayStation like 2 or 3 years ago get credit now when it goes to PlayStation if it gets announced? I mean, because I think it'll eventually come, just like everything, But do we go back and give like Reforged credit because he said that he said that and like you know what I mean? Like, oh, you guys were right. Oh my god! But like things changed dramatically in the gaming landscape in the last 2 years. Like anybody, I think would say, yeah, I think Starfield will probably eventually be going. You know what I mean? But then it was like a different thing. I think it's just as likely that a lot of PlayStation stuff will end up going over to Xbox at this point too, right? So yeah, it's just a different gaming landscape.
It is. And in fact, we can probably
roll into that one, right?
We can.
Let's go into Helldivers.
We sure can. Oh my goodness! So Helldivers and Abdel refraud, pretty funny. And if you're really on this channel alone, there is an actual interview with Reforged Gaming that I did here. So if you want to get just a straightforward interview, no abusing, we just kind of got his side of things and promoted his channel. So but there's a few times he let his guard down a little bit. So if you want to check that out, it's there to watch. I even got a lot of hate for that too. Like, why would you give him any airtime? Dude, I want to interview everybody. The more you know, the more you know, if you know what I mean. So there you go. I did have to turn off the comments. He asked me to do that because he was getting beat the hell up in the comments when I
asked you to turn off the comments.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
Oh my
because,
god.
Yeah. So I
I
mean,
mean,
had to clear a few off. Yeah, sensitive, but that's okay. The video's still there. So, yeah, seriously. Yep.
wow. Okay.
So yeah. But yeah, so we'll but yeah, sorry. So Helldivers 2 is the #1 selling game on the Xbox store. And the Super Citizen Edition is ranked at #3 on the store right now. That's pretty good. Pretty good. And of course, a lot of people, would be like, oh, it's, Sony's taking over Xbox and blah blah blah. Oh, okay. You look at it any way you need to. Whatever makes you feel good about yourself. Holly, that blue number. What is up? There you go. It is bananas, but yeah, I think I'm gonna have to get that since I'm a big Bond fan. Have been for a long time. Dad took me to see a lot of those movies. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool. Oh, the years that go by. Let's see. Let me take that off there. All right, cool. So yeah. Guys,
Yeah, a bit more background on what happened. Well, again, we don't know if these numbers are true or not. There's a company that uses reviews, a number of reviews to figure out how many sales happened. And based on that, they see that the sales should be in 6 days. It should be around 926. They were saying 1,000 on Xbox. But at the same time, in 6 days on PlayStation, when it originally launched, it was 633 or something like that on PlayStation. So they're seeing more engagement in the same time frame from Xbox, which has a much smaller install base. So this game obviously is resonating, and I look at my friend list and I'm like, how many people are playing Helldivers right now? It's crazy. It's everybody's playing Helldivers right now. So it certainly is taking up a lot of interest on this side. It feels like an Xbox type game, right? It's a PvE co-op shooter. It definitely fits on this platform more so than it does on PlayStation. Shout out to Jez, who wrote an article. He actually talked to some people about games like this resonating on the Xbox side, and games that are much more like cinematic, adventures kind of resonate more on the PlayStation side. And he got official, some official data or official, maybe not data, but just confirmation that kind of holds, and that even sports games tend to do well on Xbox. And they specifically said that Madden, for instance, sells more on Xbox than it does on PlayStation. And they're like, oh, okay, that's a pretty good stat, right? Given the relative market share, that's kind of interesting to know. So any competitive type games tend to do a little bit better on this side, on the Xbox side, and then your more single player adventure type games tend to do a little bit better on the PlayStation side. So they mentioned Mafia: The Old Country, for instance, sold better on PlayStation than it did on Xbox. So interesting, right? Just background information. But overall, I've played this several times now. I played last night. I played, the weekend of release as well. And it's a fun little game, as long as we do this. We actually get into party chats and then just try to play co-op games, right? It's just cool. So it's just natural over here. So we just party up 4 people. Let's go. Right? Mm-hmm. Let's go play. And you just match after match, try to get your equipment unlocked and get more and more capabilities. And so it's been doing pretty well. So oh my, that'd be awesome. 8-player mode would be awesome. Oh my goodness, that would be cool. Anyway, and they're right, it would be messy. But it's cool. That'd be awesome to do. But either way, I'm enjoying it. It's good. What the heck? It's kind of like our type of game. So it's certainly a fun little co-op shooter game. But it seems to be resonating. And from a PlayStation perspective, they have to be happy, right? They chose to do this. It worked. Putting that ODST stuff in here, fantastic idea. certainly pushed a lot of people to go, pick it up, try it out, just to see what the ODST thing was.
Mhm.
That's the kind of the way you do this kind of thing, right? It's like, hey, if you're gonna bring it over, go all out, right? Why not? Like, there's so much affinity with Hell Jumpers and ODST and the Hell Jumpers coming into something like this where they're literally Hell Divers, right? In pods dropping down like ODSTs. What the heck? Do it and see what it does. And I think it's kicking butt right now. It's doing a great job. So like, why not? I think they all worked correctly together. This obviously was a collaboration. You don't get the ODST license just because you said so. So they obviously collaborated to do that.
Mhm.
And it's awesome that Sony wanted to do this, PlayStation wanted to do this, and then worked with Arrowhead to make it happen. And like the engagement has been crazy. It's been crazy. There's hundreds of thousands of players concurrent playing all the time now. It's just crazy. So why not? That's a great resurgence for them, and gives them more engagement, more money. Hopefully they can pour that towards the next game, right? Arrowhead has already said the next game is not going to be locked down. They want to do something that's going to be multi-plat. So, and that's great news. Why not? So I think this is awesome. I think it's great for PlayStation to open it up a little bit, and we'll see where that leads, right? There's all sorts of rumors about next thing that might come over, but it doesn't matter. It's really the fact that this game came over and it's doing the right stuff for it. And that's just fantastic.
Agreed. So yeah, there was the newest article on Windows Central talks about that said that they talked to the developer and that the Helldivers 2 split screen co-op is technically feasible, says the CEO. 8-player mode would be messy, but he didn't rule it out, as it were. So interesting point of view from that one. Matt, what are your thoughts on Helldivers and how it's selling, and have you had a chance to play it yet?
Wow, I'm just so surprised that people bought this game on Xbox. I mean, Game Pass is on Xbox. It's all anybody ever does is just use Game Pass. Nobody buys games on Xbox. Anyway,
I feel the mad right. Come on.
I just like it. This game should have been on Xbox at launch. I mean, could you imagine the launch it would have had if it was on PC and Xbox?
Heck yeah, they could have hit a million concurrent.
PlayStation. Oh god, it would have been insane. It would have been absolutely crushing it. Now it's cool that it's on Xbox now, and I think the crossover with Halo was smart, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're selling to the fan base of Xbox as well, right? By doing that, and I think it also added a lot of hype having that new content there for PC players and PlayStation guys that are playing the game, which I don't think there's like. I remember the sensation that it became on PC ended up elevating the sales on PlayStation as well. So it was kind of, I remember back before Helldivers 2 launched, I remember talking on some shows like, I really hope this is super successful on PC because I want PlayStation to see that and understand the value that launching their games day and date, at least on PC, also can have for their games. And if it wasn't for the PC launch day and date, I think Helldivers 2 would not be anywhere near the success that it is now, because I think the PlayStation community would have just ultimately played it some and then let it die, right? But because it launched on PC, you have that PC community that really like got behind this game. The hype took over the internet. It became a sensation. PlayStation fans started paying attention finally to the game, because there was guys like not even a lot of PlayStation guys just not even talking about Helldivers 2. In fact, on our channel, we were talking about Helldivers 2 the most PlayStation guys because I played Helldivers 1 and I was really excited for Helldivers 2. Completely different kind of game. The first one was like isometric top down, but still a lot of the same concepts in there. But now that it launched on Xbox as well, you have this brand PlayStation does that is becoming more popular across multiple platforms, and it's going to grow the fan base, and you're going to have people looking forward to content. And I think they're going to see that. Like, I think PlayStation now is going to see, oh, wow, if we actually have a really good game here and it's exciting for players, and guess what? We can actually sell more copies on an Xbox than we even did our own platform.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think that makes their ears perk up and actually pay attention a little bit? So I would expect more things to eventually come. I don't know what and when, because they don't have the infrastructure that Xbox does with porting, right? That's something that they've been behind on for a long time. Like a lot of their acquisitions earlier this generation were to be able to have games ported to PC. And now we see that going to Xbox as well. So they're still working on those things, but I think once they get all of that infrastructure right, I think it's going to happen. But we also have seen them now. I think it was it Intergalactic or something like that. One of the most recent first party releases announced PC at the same time as they did PlayStation for the platform when the game was announced. So we already see things.
Did they for Intergalactic?
Changing.
Really?
It was either Intergalactic or one of the other ones that they have coming out. It was on the thing at the end of the splash screen. It said like PC, PlayStation, or something like that. Because I remember calling it out during one of our co-streams. So we already see that is changing with PlayStation, and they are aware that they are going more multi-platform. We see the comments from the high ups there, the executives. They're not shying away from it anymore now either. I mean, they're basically, they even responded to a fan saying like, too bad, pretty much. Yeah, we're looking at bringing interesting things to more players, because ultimately you can't just keep selling to the same or less amount of consoles each generation and expect to grow your business unless you try and find more ways to sell the same products to them over and over and over again, which we've seen this generation, multiple remasters, multiple like director's cut type things and re-releases and things like that, because they have fumbled their first party lineup. And again, an example of that, which I know we're going to get into later, is having to rely on third-party games so much for your first-party roadmap that, guess what? There's some duds in there. There's a lot of duds in there, and those duds, the PlayStation community wants to ignore and act like they don't exist when they are duds. But when they hit, they're like, "Oh yeah, this was a PlayStation-only game. It counts." When they suck ass, they don't exist. Right? They don't exist to them. They get ignored. They get left by the wayside. Of like, oh, that's not our studio. That doesn't matter, right? But relying on third parties is always going to have those ups and downs. Xbox got in trouble with that in the past, right? Having to rely on third party, you never know what to expect. 100%. They got everything in house now. They keep acquiring. Yeah, they still have some third party deals, but most of the stuff now, we see all these games coming out left and right are from Microsoft acquired or develop studios, right? So PlayStation's doing the same thing now. We'll see what single player games come. I think the ones that didn't sell as well as they hoped have a chance to, but also, you know, the ones that have more of a global appeal and they could have a chance. Well, are we going to re-release the same game for the 5th time? No. So, well, what else are we going to do? Let's release it on Xbox now, because it's the last thing we can figure out to do with this IP. And also look at the things they're doing with transmedia. They're having some of their things have TV shows and all this other kind of stuff. They're trying to grow these brands into being more global brands also. And another way you can do that is release it to people that have platforms in which currently don't play PlayStation games, right? So they're trying to grow all these IPs and stuff. So I would look at some of the older stuff, kind of like Xbox just did with Gears of War Reloaded, putting it on PlayStation, right? It's an older game. You know, they're going to make a new game soon with Gears of Ide. Plus, also you got the TV show, or is it a TV show and a movie, I think, coming for Gears as well. So they're really growing their IPs, and I think that's the future of gaming and entertainment. Really, is just growing your IP to be as massively popular as possible, because that's really where the money is. You see what happened with Fallout once it hit the TV shows, right? Once that TV show hit, like it just had a massive resurgence. You saw what happened with Cyberpunk once Edge Runners came out. It had a massive resurgence, right? The same thing can happen if you have this transmedia stuff, you have your games everywhere and all these other kind of things. You don't, why be a local soda company that just sells to a region when you could be Coke?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you want to be Coke. You know, you want to be Coke. You want to be everywhere, right? So anyway.
No, I I definitely agree with that for sure. Because the game's looking, oh, that's good. Hargeet, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I already went over my Helldivers things, but like as far as the potential for PlayStation to bring other stuff, they have to be looking at this and saying, yeah, this worked, obviously. And like this is their 4 games test, right? This is their test to see what happens if they actively, not just, hey, we're forced to put MLB The Show on other platforms because MLB came and said we have to do it. Okay, fair. But here it's like, no, we want to test this. We want to see what happens if we take a game we think will resonate on that side, bring it over and see what happens. We already saw huge PC player, numbers. How about what happens if we bring it to Xbox? And look, they may not even have expected the amount that they got, right? They probably would have been happy with half of what they got on PlayStation, right? And that would be good. Why not? It's just extra money, right? It's just extra. It's their IP. They can do whatever they want. They would just make all the cash. But what they're getting is fantastic, right? It's outdoing their own platform. On a platform which sells like half, or if not less, in number of consoles out there. That's a pretty fantastic thing for them. They've got to be looking at that and saying, okay, this is a path we need to take. And the next time we release a game that's at least has some live service co-op type capability, we should be looking at how do we put it on that platform. Ultimately, the next gen, as we're seeing, as has been kind of confirmed by Sarah Bond, it's going to have Steam anyways, right? So their games will end up on Xbox anyway. This way they can do collaborations. And I still think that was a brilliant move with that ODST thing that absolutely like pushed sales, because like I was more interested because you're like, you put ODST in there? Oh, that's very interesting. I want to see what this is about. Right. So I'm like, let me buy it. Let me try it. And I actually paid for the War Bond for ODST and started filling it in. And right. So hey, like they're getting me hooked because they did the right steps, right? Not only did they bring the game over, it's not $70, it's $40, right? You can get in for a lower amount, and they put in content that's like very relevant to me on this platform. Like Halo is Xbox, right? And it's like that is just a perfect mix. It's a great idea, great move, great collaboration. I could just see doing more of that, and it could help them. Look, Marathon's already coming, right? I assume they're not going to cancel the game. If they do, that's a different story. But Marathon's already coming to Xbox. They have Fair Games, which I don't know what the status of that is, but like if they're going to continue with it, give it a chance. Put it everywhere. Like don't stop. Put it on Switch. Put it on Xbox. Put it on PC, obviously, right? And see what you get. Like if it's going to have its potential chance to survive, don't hamper it by like limiting the platforms. And I think they see this now. Like it's just too apparent. Like you want to have as much engagement, and you got to see that the player base for the live service type game, multiplayer type game, it's just better on the Xbox side. This is just like Xbox, started with that with Halo and pushed it with Gears and other games. It's just the mindset we have here, right? Call of Duty was an Xbox thing. It was so synonymous with 360, right? It's just, and that again, it had that like let's play online together. There was a lot of co-op campaigns that kind of fizzled in the Xbox One PS4 gen. But this is the kind of thing. It's coming back. We're gonna get it again. That's awesome. This is the kind of thing like Xbox has been, and so they've got to look at that and say yes for any game that's coming out in that kind of arena where it's going to have this competitiveness. Yeah, we should look at putting it on Xbox, and I don't think they should wait. I think they should just do it day and date now. It's just like Gears came out day and date. It's on PlayStation. Go for it. Right? Like just do it. Like these kind of games, it just makes more sense to get more engagement. Now, the interesting thing is talking about like Gears. We can kind of get into that one next, but as far as this, will this spur them to put other games on here that are more cinematic, adventures, say like your God of Wars or Last of Us or Uncharted or something like that? Maybe I could see some alignment with some of those games. Ghost of Tsushima maybe works well. I don't know about Horizon. Maybe that works well. But look, there's one that's obvious, and that does not need to be marketed at all. It's Spider-Man. Spider-Man will market itself. It just doesn't matter because it's a very, very well-known IP. On top of that, Xbox owns a ton of Spider-Man games now because of Activision. It like there is an obvious. You don't have to really market anything. You put a Spider-Man game somewhere, it's gonna sell. Now, is it gonna sell like 30 million copies? Probably not. But is it gonna sell like a couple of million copies? Probably. Right?
Mhm.
And is that just not gravy for them at this point? Why not just do it and get your money? Like the whole idea of this whole exclusivity thing is kind of just falling to the wayside when the top level of corporations are saying, I don't care about your stupid, console war. I care about my shareholders. Where's my money? They want money. So you see Satya, you see, Hiroki Totoki saying, no. I want to see these games over there. Give me the stats. I want to see what happens when you put it over there, and tell me how it's gonna fail. And it looks like it's the opposite. It's doing really well. So they're gonna do more, right? It's gonna happen. They're gonna do more. But that's kind of where that is. Now, the funny part was Gears, right? So Gears also launched and didn't do as well on PlayStation as Helldivers did on Xbox. So that's an interesting little thing. I don't know if you have the numbers for that one lined up or not, but
I don't.
But apparently it did not sell that well on that side. Now, we could speculate, and why don't we just have fun speculation, man? Why don't you just speculate as to why that might be?
Yeah.
Much older game.
Yep.
And I mean, you're talking about a game that came out in the 360 era in which a lot of PlayStation fans found a way to play at some point over that point of time. Like Helldivers 2 came out a year ago. You know what I mean? So like this is a ongoing game that is multiplayer focused with a big multiplayer suite, that is like engaging and keeping that community alive and stuff. Whereas, we're talking about the original Gears of War second remaster, thankfully for Xbox fans, it was upgraded for free, as well. PlayStation fans, first opportunity if you only ever owned a PlayStation to play Gears, but you're still talking about like a game that is essentially what is it, like 2007 or something like that when it originally came out.
It's not 19 years old. Yeah, it's 2006.
2006. Yeah, so you're talking about a very old game. It's like if God of War, the first one, not 2018, like remaster or came out to Xbox. I don't know how well it would sell. I don't think it would sell like crazy insane either, but overall it's not really. You can look at the other Xbox games that have launched on PlayStation as well with Sea of Thieves did well originally. You had Forza doing gangbusters over there as well. And so other games that have launched on there have done fine, So it's interesting also. I think part of the release being on the same day kind of overshadowed Gears a little bit because Helldivers is just the bigger IP right now as far as player engagement. With the amount of people that are interested in playing that game. I think that could flip a little bit once Gears E-Day comes out, because I think that game will have a lot more excitement for it, as it's a brand new Gears game. But yeah, I wouldn't look too much into that. But can we just please put to rest the whole stupid, idiotic Xbox gamers don't buy games thing? At this point, can it just die? I see this time and time again. Is the reasons why third-party companies don't go to Xbox? Well, they are. So is PlayStation. Okay? And guess who bought more in the launch time period than your own fucking platform? Xbox gamers. Okay? Mm-hmm. So you can never say that again. Stop cherry picking 3-year-old ports of games that came out a long time ago, finally making its way over to Xbox, and single player experiences that sell less on Xbox, which has a smaller user base to begin with, as an excuse why Xbox gamers don't buy games. It is a stupid, idiotic narrative. Also, the other narrative that died this past week is Game Pass causes gamers not to buy games. Silksong launched day and date in Game Pass as well. And guess what? That game is doing mighty fine everywhere that it is also. So, like, I feel like this past week was or 2 weeks or whatever you want to call it, was a time period where narratives have died. Why would
it's been the
PlayStation-
last few years, Matt, hasn't it? The last few years, all the narratives just keep getting pummeled.
Yeah, they're
Like
getting
this-
crushed. But there's still these people hanging on to this console war. In the comments, you'll be like, people are just putting games every fucking where now. They're just putting games on
exactly.
Xbox, putting games on PlayStation putting games on Xbox. There's going to be more of that happening. Next generation is going to come around the corner. We're going to have machines that can play literally everything. And yet you still have these people like, but PlayStation sells more consoles than Xbox, so what did Xbox really win? I don't care. Like, I just want to play the games. You have the stupid comments from ex-executives going on all the damn time. Like, I don't really think the Game Pass model is really good for... It's good for me, motherfucker. I don't care if it's good for, like, the corporation. They seem to be doing it for a reason. There's a reason you're probably not in the industry anymore. Because it's changing. It has left you by. You have held on to the stupid same narratives that these fanboys and comment threads that are living in the past 15 years ago are hanging on to. Move on. Get with the times. If you don't like a subscription service, guess what? You can still buy the damn games. And if you do like the subscription service, take advantage of it. And something I saw today was the stupidest thing. Somebody said, man, this Game Pass thing, I just got my thoughts about it. It's been too good to be true. It's existed since what, 2017? It's 2025 now. It's 2025 now. It's been too good to be true for 8 years, and you're still talking about it's too good to be true. How about you just hop on the train and actually enjoy the games that are launching in it, because we got more first-party games launching in that service than any other platform is even releasing in a yearly period. In a subscription service. How about we actually applaud that and say, wow, this is great value. This is freaking awesome. Man, I wish PlayStation would do that. I wish Nintendo would do that, because guess what? It's better for me. Instead, still hanging on to those stupid old narratives, man. If the companies are making money and we're playing the games and the games are fun and the games are great, who cares?
Well, apparently they do, but we shouldn't. It's not our problem. To your point, it's just not our problem, right? We are consumers. I was ranting about this over many different podcasts, and I threw this in Alex's chat as well. Oh no, it's Alex's chat.
Mm-hmm.
Do we ever worry about this when you go to like a restaurant? Like, how's the chef gonna live? Like,
man, my food is too cheap. This is too good to be true. I don't understand.
It's like, what? I don't care. I want to buy burger. Give me burger. I eat burger. I don't give a shit what it costs you to make the damn burger. It's not my problem. Right? Like, do people think about that? With like my mouse, how much did it cost to make? I don't care. I buy a mouse. That's it. Who gives a shit? Right? I buy a car. I should be very, very concerned about every component. Do I care how much it costs them? No, I don't care. What do you want for it? Is it enough for me to say yes or no? That's it. I don't care what it costs you. We don't do that analysis in anything else. And there are enthusiasts about all sorts of things. Cars is one of them, right? Chevy versus Ford or Mercedes versus Cadillac or whatever it is. You BMW, whatever, right? That doesn't mean you sit there and say, well, how much did they make when they put this seat in? I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Is the car good enough? Do I want it? Is it fun to drive? Why do I care what it costs them to make it? I care if it makes sense for me to buy it.
Because you're concerned for the car industry, Hargeet.
I don't.
The automotive industry can't sustain this.
It's like, what? Why do I care? Like, this whole thing is so crazy. Where I'm supposed to care about the developer when I buy freaking software or I download free software. Am I sitting there going, the developer though? Oh my god, the developer! No, I don't care. I just fucking buy my software and fucking use it. I don't give a shit what it costs them. That's not my problem. Is it of value to me? That's all that matters. And I don't know where this stupidity keeps coming from.
Because we got to support the devs, Hargeet. We got to support the devs. We got to buy the same game 5 different times on the same platform in the same generation. That's how we support the devs. If we don't, we're not going to get any more first-party games. That's what Shuhei Yoshida said.
Oh my god, it's
we
so nuts,
do
right?
it. We got to support them. Support those devs.
Support
man.
the
Let's
devs. I support the devs enough. I buy games, I play games. That's supporting the devs. If that ain't enough, that's their business model problem, not mine.
Yeah,
So
100%.
I'm just so done with this. Does everybody say, "Oh my god, how does the music industry make money?
We have
How is
more
it I can get
games.
$1 song? No, oh my god, I don't care. What these fucking millionaires? What do I give a shit? Get out of here."
What's hilarious, Hargey, too, is like the model that people say, well, this is the only way you can do it. You got to, in fact, we got to raise prices. We got to make things more expensive and less accessible for gamers to be able to play. That's the way to success. That's the way we got to do it. The platforms that have actually adopted that the most, that model, guess what? Where's their first party roadmaps at? What is happening there? We're actually seeing more content funneled through Xbox now than any other platform.
Yep.
And they're the ones that have started the day and date thing over the other companies. So why?
And that's how they're able to do it.
Why is there more content? Why is there more content?
Exactly. You know, it's crazy. Where is the roadmap? You get one game a year from PlayStation, and that's supposed to be enough. Okay, cool. Enjoy that. I like
two of the game of the year contenders.
14? Jesus, yeah.
I guarantee you, 2 of the game of the year contenders this year at the Game Awards will have launched day and date on Game Pass.
Probably more, but you know, because you already have Expedition 33, which has a chance to be a game of the year contender, and then you have potentially Silksong. You have Blueprints. You have potentials for other games that are coming that I keep hearing are really good coming out of the Xbox lineup. So it's like, okay, cool.
Ninja Gaiden 4 could be a surprise for that too.
Could be a potential, right? And so, like,
whatever happened to Game Pass fodder? Remember that narrative also?
And so, yeah, Game Pass slop. Game Pass slop. Game Pass slop. Sure. How's that Lost Soul aside?
Yeah. But Sony fanboys wishes they had our sloppy seconds. But anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they do get our sloppy seconds. Later on, they'll get our games.
Love it.
But either way, you know, and both of those games, by the way, Expedition 33 and Silksong have disproven the whole notion that, you know, first, putting your game in Game Pass makes it the end of the world, and that game is going to die, and the developers don't get anything, and there's no sales. What? Like, if the game's good, people buy it. It's just that simple. And like, I don't know why that's become such a thing. Like, there's just so many narratives, and they're forgetting to always include the fact that, oh, the majority of players play on mobile. Oh, majority of players that aren't playing on mobile, they're playing freaking black hole games. Is that part of your equation? Are you thinking about the fact that most of the time they spend is on those freaking black hole games? Maybe they don't have time to buy your game. Maybe they only go after the ones that they like because they're good or there's something compelling about it. That's the way it is. And like, so anyway, whatever. It's a changing world. They don't like change. Xbox is doing the thing, like you said, Mav. They're giving us content. I don't see the other platforms at this level, right? Nintendo does put out a lot of games, sure, but they're cheaper. They're not giving me that same level. I'm not getting an Avowed and an Outer Worlds in the same freaking year. I'm not getting a Call of Duty every year in that service. Like, come on, it's not even close. So anyway, whatever. There's so much baloney. You know, there is a lot of like, hey, the old world was like this. I want it to be like that. Well, sorry, the old world changed. If your company, like in this case, it was Pete Hines who made the comment, was so successful, why did you have to sell? Why did you have to shift your entire, gaming system, catalog to move towards live service games, which failed miserably? Well, to be fair, Elder Scrolls Online is working. Fallout 76 is doing okay, but certainly Redfall didn't go anywhere. Fallout 76 was a massive failure for years until they fixed it, right? So you can't just say that this is easy stuff and you guys were smooth sailing. No, you were dying, and that's why you got bought. And that's the way it is. And right, the world has changed, and thank God you did get bought, because we're still getting those games. And they're getting put in a service, and we keep creating more. I don't know what the heck the downside is, but maybe it's like, oh, I don't get the bonus, because they're still getting paychecks. They even got unionization. Like, what is the issue here? Whatever. Go figure out the better way for you to work. I'm all for that. Fine. But don't tell me it's my problem. I don't care. And don't tell me that it's just freaking Game Pass. I don't see the same fervor when it comes to EA Play. When Ubisoft Plus comes around, there's PS Plus. That exists too. And there's also Nintendo's online service. They do stuff in that too. So what? Those guys aren't bad. but Xbox bad. Like, come on.
The only reason
It's all
Xbox
baloney.
gets thrown into that is because it has by far the best value.
Yeah,
True.
exactly.
So that's the only reason it has that target on it, because if people have that it's too good to be true feeling or something, so it gets pinpointed and attacked. But really, if you're giving the best service, you're giving the most access also for points of access as well. It's not just the amount of games dropping in it. It's where a lot of the Xbox, especially the first party stuff, you can play on PC, you can play it on the Xbox, you can play it on the cloud, you can play it on your phone, whatever, and all for just your one subscription. And that's something that nobody else is really doing, you know, and we shouldn't be sitting there trying to pick it apart as consumers. Like, why as gamers and consumers should we be looking at it being like, this is, you know, like we can't allow this, like it's just too much, it's too much good value for us. Like what's wrong with, like, and what bothers me too is when you have the people that either like different studios that don't choose to do Game Pass, you know, or you have different executives or something like that chiming in about these industry opinions on stuff when they're not really influential to anything that's happening within the business anymore. Now you have like Shaun Layden, who's made multiple comments, but he's been an anti-Xbox guy since the beginning, you know,
and you know, you can see that because he was a PlayStation dude. Obviously, I get that, but
does stuff with Game Pass, and that's who he's working with. So like even the company that he's working with doesn't agree with him. Like, so it's very interesting to see the mindsets of some out there where you have, and I think it's more of like an anti-Microsoft mindset in general that kind of permeates through that. And if you don't want to be part of somebody's corporate or model of servicing their games, of how they're going to be putting their games out there, don't sell to that company. Right. If you belong to Microsoft, you're going to fit into that structure, right? The studios and everybody that's working there are going to be accordingly in that system now, and they're going to be putting out games and for whatever the corporation decides. It's not up to executives to say whether it makes sense for them or not. Like, it's up to Microsoft, and if it's working for Microsoft and it's working for the gamers, then that's all that really matters. At the end of the day, the developers themselves are a tool to make money. That's just, unfortunately, that's the way it is. Like that they're hired to do a job. They're paid money to do a job. Ultimately, that job is to make profit for Microsoft.
Yep.
Did MLB The Show die when it went to Game Pass?
No, it did not. In fact, they sold a lot more.
It did better.
Yeah.
I mean, all these narratives, I swear to God, it's just so crazy.
And they also sold a lot of the extra stuff that they normally don't sell. It sold really well too. So they made a lot of that. I'll let you mention that.
Yeah, RoboSnacks, member for 3 months, renewal, right? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. It was a Dark Hargeet thing, and then Hargeet 100%. A lot of people agreeing with you on y'all's comments. We also had a Mav rant in the chat as well. It was a hashtag Mav rant. I thought it was nice. So right now we got over 221 people watching us live on YouTube, and on X, and one watching us on Twitch. Welcome. It's probably Paris. Actually, probably not Paris tonight because there's a football game on, so we probably won't see much of Paris until the football season's over. But that's all right. That's all right. He's always welcome whenever he wants to come in, or his team's losing and he wants to, forget about it. Anyway, so I'm just kidding. Well, I'm not going to put salt in anybody's wounds about deals in football or anything, because I like Dallas. I do. I like Dallas. Matt, you still there with me?
All right.
Still, Matt? No, sorry.
What about Dallas?
When do they play again?
I think next Sunday.
Sunday?
We played on Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah. They did some different kind of trading. I was surprised about that. So.
Yep. Yeah, we sure did, didn't we? Thanks for bringing it up, Dave.
I'm sorry. All right, moving on. All righty then. I went early. I wasn't trying to pick on you, dude. I love football, but yeah. So go ahead.
Okay, I was just saying, like you brought up Silksong, that probably should be the next big topic. It is probably the next big thing that came up. So
well, let's do that then, and we'll bring it up right there. So yeah, this was from a good friend of the show, Joe. We got to see him at he was at Summer Game Fest.
yeah,
Co-host. Yeah, super nice to see him. Shout out to
Bad Bit,
Mr. Bad Bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's diehard PlayStation, but he's still he's a good cat.
Yeah,
he's a good guy. So yeah, his he was a lot of people are really surprised on some of these numbers, and review scores are really high up for Silksong. And I mean, it was. Let's see. Let me actually go over here to this as well. Just looking at some of the stuff from news, Silksong and Hollow Knight setting records, player counts by the minute. Some of the headlines, over 500,000 are already playing Hollow Knight in Steam alone. Peak numbers on Hollow Knight were even crashed some of the download servers. I mean, places to actually get and download the game were crashing and locking up on just about every different platform there was when it first came out, and I believe there was even some hiccups on Xbox's site as well. Even though it was in, it's in Game Pass, you could pre-download it, but still there's some people that were a lot of people trying to get it.
Crashed all of it. Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, all of it. They crashed all the stores.
Yeah. Big seller, good game. It's actually in the thumbnail of the show, and like I said, actually these numbers. This is just a few days old, so they've blown past these numbers already. So Mav, have you had a chance to play it yet? And what are your thoughts?
I have not had a chance to play it yet. This is one where I knew this game was going to do gangbusters.
Yeah.
I've been in a very sports gamer mode. I like football season and stuff, and like baseball season going on, and like I've been very much in sports gaming mode lately. So I've been playing a lot of Madden, a lot of NBA 2K. Right, and before that, I was playing a lot of the show. I've been playing racing games a lot lately. I have had a chance to dive into a little bit of Shinobi. I've had Ninja Gaiden Ragebound a little bit here and there. I've been kind of grazing some different stuff. But Silksong is one that is like, I know the way the first Hollow Knight was. And this is a game where if I am going to play it, I need to make sure that I don't graze it. Because if you go and play Hollow Knight and then you leave it for an extended period of time and you go back to it, I think will just be completely lost, because it is like a big Metroidvania style game where they don't hold your hand at all. They don't reveal anything to you at all. You figure everything out for yourself. You figure out the world yourself and everything. And Silksong, I need to make sure that I dedicate like a good portion of time if I'm going to be giving it a go, right? So now Hollow Knight, I remember specifically because this was back when, as soon after I started my channel, like Indie Gamer, big guy in the community, awesome dude. He's like, Hollow Knight was like his holy grail game, and he convinced me to play it, and I ended up streaming it and all this other kind of stuff. And I was like, wow, this is great, I do like Metroidvania style games. I don't know if it was like my favorite indie game I've ever played, like it was for him, but it's definitely had that quality of the gameplay and the mechanics and stuff. And this is probably like one of the biggest indie games out there with this franchise. So I knew this game was going to come out and do absolutely amazing, but at some point I will give it a go, but it's not one I can just hop in and try. You know what I mean? So it's like hop in and play it for an extended period of time. And I'm too addicted to Madden and 2K and stuff right now to dedicate my enough time to be invested into it until I get out of my sports gamer mode, which this happens every year around August, like until like October or so. I get in this kind of like sports mode for a while. So, but yeah, Man, it looks great though, and I'm super happy that Team Cherry has had the amount of success that they've had, and they I think they did a lot of things the right way. $20 game, right? It's also in Game Pass day and date. They waited till the game was ready for the most part, except for I guess there's some issues here and there, but to release it. And it seems like one of the most highly anticipated indie games ever is living up to the hype for many. So it's really hard to do.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that they still got it in the Game Pass because obviously they didn't need to. But wow, great that they did. Three-man team, I believe is what I've heard. It's a very small team that's did that, and they were pretty much able to continue to put stuff in it because they had plenty of revenue from the last game that they really it wasn't like a matter of we got to rush something out to get more money. It was a matter of hey, we got time. Let's throw more. Let's put this in it. Or I like this idea. Let's focus on getting this. So Hargeet, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean it's right price, $20. They earned their the anticipation based on their previous game, right? So this is a sequel to a very highly respected game. So people have been waiting, and like every show you would see it. Silksong chat, right? They'd just be looking, where's the Silksong stuff? Where's so finally it's out, and it did crazy things. I don't think I've ever heard about a game doing that where it crashed every store. And it's in Game Pass, and it crashed that too. It was apparently not, even Game Pass was having a hard time trying to let you download it. So that's nuts. And the game's in Game Pass, and yet it's selling like crazy. So that is fantastic news for them. I think it's a great pickup for Xbox as well, right? This game is now another great day and date option that was available in Game Pass. For those who may not want to buy. I mean, it's not that it's that expensive, right? But want to buy, just want to try it and see if it's your cup of tea, right? Like, why not? You have it in Game Pass, try it, PC or cloud or console. It's available to you. Give it a chance, and it seems to be doing great numbers. It is apparently a rather challenging game, which may put some people off, but the people who were so waiting for this game to come out, the anticipation levels were crazy. They're happy, and that's good, right? So hopefully, we'll get to see some reviews. That's another thing, by the way. There were no pre-releases to any reviewers. This did not have it, so nobody reviewed this thing. It was not based on meta scores or anything like that. It was just people wanted it, they bought it, and it was the second it came out, they crashed all the stores trying to get the game. So that is fantastic. It kind of just destroys all the narratives of the gaming norms in general, right? That you have to get the game out early so that you get reviews so that people see that it's good and whatever crap, all that stuff. It's all broken. Game Pass destroys sales. Really, if you have a game people want and it's priced right, they'll buy it. Expedition 33 did numbers too, and that's in Game Pass day and date on PC and console and cloud. So I like you just how many things do you look at and say, I don't know, your narratives just don't seem to work. Yes, these are one-offs. Fair enough. But you know why they're one-offs? It's because they did something different, or they earned it because the previous game was that good, right? Expedition 33 just came out and out of nowhere, and you're like, this looks different. I'm actually intrigued. What is this? Right? And then you see what they did with the first Hollow Knight, and you see that the anticipation there was for the sequel was there, and so it just went crazy. But yeah, that is nuts. It crashed all these stores. I have not had a chance to play it yet, but the other narrative, it's in the chat here now with this. Yeah, you're right. How could it be that the Xbox store crashed? Because apparently people don't buy games, and they don't buy games that are in Game Pass, but apparently they do.
$2.
But they do. Right.
Yeah.
So Hargeet, don't forget, Xbox don't buy games. LMO. Ayo, I assume he means, but anyway, so from Mac, $2. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I guess we should just put this in there. Korkenstein. Hey, Kork, how's it going?
Welcome, Kork.
10 WEBDAVE memberships.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you so much, sir. And just to quickly say this, if you want to get your own membership, if you didn't get a gifted one, it's only $1. That's it. That's what we charge, $1, and you get access to almost like 28 emojis right now, including the current ones that are in there. We have when we have guests, we always put in emojis for them. So we have a fun speculation emoji going on right now for Mav, and we also have the fuzzy Belvedere, which he'll be here shortly. I think their show is wrapping up, so he'll be here in just a minute. But yeah, so many great. Well, gosh, there's a couple of them. We just want regular comments. We want to read that real quick.
Yeah, Ray Oid, Hargeet, you have a point there. And then J-Mac, shout out to the at Gamers Council podcast, at WebDave Hargeet Chani and panel. Salute, gentlemen. Hashtag Graybeards in the building. Yes. Shout out to the chat. Great to see everyone. Hashtag Graybeards in the building. Again from J-Mac. Yeah, we are wrapping up now at WebDave Cork.
There you go. All righty, cool.
Yeah, I mean, like it's great, Team Cherry. Congrats, kudos to the team for getting the game out and having great success. That's awesome. Looking forward to what awards it might be nominating for. I'm sure it'll be up there, at least in the indie category, if not Game of the Year category. We'll see.
Oh yeah, I'm sure about that.
And we have Calorie. Calorie became a YouTube member. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, now you have access to all the cool emojis, and we greatly appreciate that. And it's it's $1, so it's what we figured. It's more to have fun and have a little fun in the chat than anything. It's a YouTube membership does that for you. And also we are subscribers. We're on the way to 4K, so we're trying to continue to grow our base, as it were. So please, if you don't mind, give us if you like what you see here, hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel and hit the bell icon so you make sure you don't miss out any of our content. Of course, Dirt does said it better.
If you like this video, please hit the like button.
Oh yeah, there we go. Oh my goodness, man! So many great topics. Thank you so much, Gamer by Choice.
Yeah, so we got another one. Gamer by Choice gifts 5 WebDave memberships.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We appreciate that very much. And we used to read off who all get them. Would get them, but we just couldn't do that anymore. Mavic got that once I dropped the price down. It got so crazy. There was one night we spent almost 30 minutes just reading names. It was crazy, right, Dayreezy? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
There is one game that did come out recently that didn't do so well though. Lost its own side. It's not doing so well. Big PlayStation banger. Oopsies.
Banger, as it were. Yeah, let me. I do have that pinned here. Let me see if I can find that real quick. But in case what we're watching it was one of the boss fights that Jez Corden had done, and he uploaded that to his page. That's what was actually on there. So that's what we have been playing in the background during this. Let me see. I know I've got. Oh my God, there's so much other stuff that I got pinned. Including the weird teaser for Starfield. We'll get to that here in a minute too. What are they teasing? I don't know. Get it pretty interesting. Let's see. Oh, here we go. There we go. So yeah, PlayStation's first party games. Flop soul aside. Oh, sorry. That's kind of mean. But yeah, there we go.
Fucking mother bloody fuck bitch.
Remember that whole thing?
Bloody bastard. Bench you bloody. You blunders.
No, but why is
Bloody no.
Fine.
Bloody fucking.
If accident, then what you wanna
Why
do?
you fuck me? I fuck you bloody.
Sorry. I had to add a little bit of the audio for that. Holy shit. That was too funny.
But yeah, this thing is in the 60s for meta. Unfortunately, I'm not sure what the specific issues are. Again, I haven't played it, so I can't really tell you. So,
yeah.
But that is kind of where it's at. It's a PlayStation game. Now, normally we hear all this thing about PlayStation bangers, but like Matt pointed out, they have the bad ones too, and people seem to forget that they have those bad ones. Destruction All Stars, anyone? That quite a few stinkers. And we just kind of forgive the stinkers.
Oh, sorry.
So. Shout out to Colt. He put together a list of all the releases that are considered first party, aka published by PlayStation and or Xbox. And aggregating all of them for this generation, Xbox is now ahead of PlayStation by 2 points. And so it is what it is, 79 to 80, 81. Xbox has about the same number of games out. It's assuming you count all the remasters. If you don't, Xbox is ahead. But if you count the remasters, they're about even. Xbox will start to move ahead now because, of course, they have more games coming out in the fall than PlayStation does. So, but their meta is actually lower than Xbox. But everybody seems to think, of course, that they just make all the best games ever because they look at like 1 or 2 games and don't look at the rest, right? And the only games they look at Xbox, Redfall. That's it. That's the only game Xbox has ever put out is Redfall. It's like, dude, there's so many other games. Like, do you not want to give any credit to any of those? Like, but that's the way it is, right? So this is kind of the narrative again, but whatever, right? So sadly, this game is not doing well. Shocking. And it, so we'll see what happens with it. I don't know what the plan is to maybe they can fix things or whatever, but it looks like the AI here is not all that great. And I don't know if it's in like an easy mode or something, but that's kind of where it is. Oops.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yep. So we have Fuzzy coming in, right? Is he in?
We do. Yeah. And we'll give you 1 second here. Fuzzy, we'll be right with you. I definitely, Hargeet, there's a few comments though. They're after Cal, if you want to read those, I'll click through them if you read them on the screen. Also some other fails.
Crook is out. You're gonna look really silly about PS flops when Gotti Baby Steps comes out.
Yeah, exactly.
Now,
But,
here's the funny thing. I have not played that game either, and to be fair, maybe it turns out to be a really good game, right? It just looks funny, but who knows? Maybe it turns out to be a really good game. I'll give it its due when it comes out. We'll find out, right? But it so far looks. The funny thing is, you actually flop in that game.
Yeah, and he was also mentioned. Keller mentioned
Oh yeah,
Babylon's
Concord.
Concord.
Hashtag never let them forget Concord. Foam Stars. There's so many, right? But like people just seem to forget that. Oh yeah, PlayStation did put that out. We'll see what happens with this one. I don't know if it's going to get any better or if it's just kind of stuck where it's stuck. A lot of people aren't even bothering to rate the game. Those who have given it pretty bad scores. So we will see, right? So it's kind of where it is. It's on PC as well. It's on PlayStation and PC for now. It might come to other platforms and may just end up dying. Because if it doesn't sell, it's kind of a problem, right? JMac, $5. As a gamer, you have to be elated that Xbox and PlayStation are putting games first, ahead of platform, deciding to work together. Hashtag Greybeards. Yes, that is a good plan. It's a good idea. I think the walls are kind of coming down. And look, once Microsoft decided that Xbox is going to have Steam on its platform, like it's over. All those games are coming over anyway. So you might as well just take advantage and partner. JMac, $5. As a gamer, you have to be okay. We already read this one, right?
Oh, did we? Okay, and there was another one after that.
Or is it the same one? Oh, this one. Yes. Okay. Mac, $5. There's another game that appears to be MIA. Has anybody else seen or heard about it? Death Stranding 2. Yeah, that rated pretty well, but it did kind of just fall off, didn't it? I don't know when that's going to be announced for other platforms. We know it's coming to PC at least, right? So,
where are all the articles about like? Is Death Stranding 2 going to survive? Remember all the Starfield articles we got like after Starfield?
I know, right?
Treating it like it was like a games of service type game or something when it was a single player game. The concurrent player count is dipping on Starfield. Oh my gosh, everybody! Look how many players are on Steam playing Starfield concurrently. What are they going to do about it? Like, what about any other single player game? Like, how come we aren't doing this? Anyway,
it's just the way it is.
Exactly right. Oops, hit the wrong button there. Welcome out, Fuzzy Belvedere. Welcome out, sir. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. Glad to be here with you guys. Sorry for running a little bit late, but
not at all.
Just running around doing a lot of stuff in the background, but so glad to be here. And got Mav on here as well. Awesome.
Heck yeah.
We're gonna have some fun.
Oh, most definitely. Is there any of the I guess Hargeet, you might want to name one or two of the topics we've already covered to see if Fuzzy wants to give his hot takes on those.
So we started out with 007 First Light.
Mhm.
What our thoughts are about that game. Then we jumped into Helldivers, a little bit of Hollow Knight, and then Lost Soul Aside. So it's kind of where we've we've looked at things so far.
Well, Lost Soul Aside is about the only one that I haven't really had any either interest or look at or any time with kind of thing. So I'll kind of pass on that one. I
Fair
know
enough.
that's one of those current Sony exclusives that they paid for, and it seems like it's another one of those duds as far as for those third party, money hats type of thing. As far as 007, looked awesome. I would say the driving was probably the weakest point of it, but overall, I like the options and the different approaches you can take to going through things. And I know it's not an exact clone of Hitman, but it does have some of that same DNA as far as your choice or option on how you approach the mission and stuff like that. And you're whether you go distraction or you go loud or you kind of BS your way past a thing or something like that. I like having those choices. But as far as the driving, the big thing I do like is that they had the official Jaguar and Aston Martin licenses in the game. Now, all the other cars look like they were just random cars as far as like the lemos and what would have been, I guess, BMWs or other, recognized brands. But at least they had Jaguar and Aston Martin. So those are probably the most important to a Bond game. But overall, I'm excited for it, looking forward to it. So that one was great. Hollow Knight, only played it a little bit, or I played it enough to get a couple of achievements, but I got the quill so I can do the map and stuff like that. So that definitely helps. So you don't go through the same areas, even though it might be like 10 levels higher or something type of deal. But just having fun with it. I got stuck in the original Hollow Knight at a point where it was like where you get the train or you get that bug that's almost like a train or something like that. And for whatever reason, I just could not get out of that area. But with this one, just making good time, trying not to die too much. But other than making some missed jumps or something like that, or landing on bugs and taking like double damage or something. It's a fun game. Playing it on the Steam Deck, playing it on PC, playing it on console, mainly on the Steam Deck because it's that type of game for me. I like those games on a handheld more so, but definitely enjoying it. And as far as Helldivers, already owned it on PC. I probably should pick it up again on Xbox. I just like the fact that it's doing well. Like, not only did they, Sony bent the knee and gave us one of their games, but it's actually flourishing. Like, I know people used to poke fun at Forza Horizon doing big numbers on PlayStation, or at least the pony bots or ponies would point, fingers and laugh. But it's like, hey, it's a good game. We expect you to buy it as well. Just like Helldivers 2 it's a good game, or it's good with friends or enjoyable in that co-op type setting. And it's doing well on Xbox. And I made the prediction shortly after the announcement was made. I'm like, in a couple of years, it'll probably be known more so from a console standpoint. It'll be more known on Xbox than it will be on PlayStation. It's that type of game that fits. Whether they did the ODST, collab or not, I think it would have done just as well. But the ODST collab definitely helped matters as far as the pre-orders and things like that. But we'll see how they maintain with the different campaigns and the season. Well, they're not really season passes, but like the things where you can basically unlock capes and weapons and stuff like that. If they continue to do those interesting, costumes, I'm pretty sure people, especially on Xbox, will continue to play. Especially when we start getting in the higher levels where you get the drone. I think that's the big thing. Once you get the drone, it kind of at least makes soloing viable. But until then, you definitely need a squad. And this is what Xbox is for. It's that multiplayer box. It's that co-op box, or at least for me, that's what it's always been. So.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, it's a great game. I'm going to actually be playing here in just a little while. After the stream's over, going to jump back in, see if I can try and level up a little bit. Hadn't had a whole lot of time to play. It was crazy work this last couple of weeks, but I am not on call this weekend, so
Nice.
thank God. It was kind of crazy. Welcome out to over 250 people we have here watching us live on X and on YouTube, and one person watching us on Twitch. Thanks and welcome. A lot of great members of the community that are hanging out with us tonight. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you for hanging out with us. A lot of like members of the community, plus friends and family, as it were. A lot of people we podcast with and over the years and stuff, hanging out with us tonight. We greatly appreciate you guys. I know there's a lot of games on and such, and other shows that you can check out and watch. But we do appreciate your time coming in here. Or if you're watching and listening later, whether it's on iTunes or Spotify or iHeartRadio, we do appreciate that as well, as this will go up live on those channels right after. Also, in the chat is emojis that we have. If you want to become a member, it's just $1, and that gives you access to all those emojis, including the ones of Fuzzy Belvedere, since he's a guest tonight, and a Mav with Fun Speculation is also an emojis that you get to use tonight, since our guests are here, in honor of them being here. So yeah, you can burn those up, have a lot of fun. There's a whole bunch of them, like 28 emojis at the moment. So yeah, have a little bit of fun with that as they continue to grow. People coming in today, we really appreciate everybody being here. So much stuff to talk about still. So with that, I want to bring up this chart, just to kind of put it in perspective of the stuff that's coming out just this month alone, and not just wow. So obviously started with Hell Is Us, which I actually want to get that. It looks pretty cool. It's got my interest from what I've seen. The NBA 2K26, Hollow Knight Silksong, which just came out. Obviously the Indiana Jones, I guess this expansion or download, Order of the Giants. Content is now available. Is it Demon Ex Machina? The Titanic Scorpion, that's Scoron. I already pronounce it. Is available. Siron, whatever. It's available. Kronos. A lot of people playing that as well. It's a pretty good scary game. I think Holly was playing it last night, and she was talking about it being really hard, but it looked good and it looks kind of crazy. Let's see. Everybody's Golf Hot Shots is coming out on the 5th. Let's see. I mean, it's just like the first week, man. Let's see. Kingdom Come, Deliverance 2, Legacy of the Forge. Let's see, NHL 26, Borderlands 4 is coming out. Skate Early Access, Dying Light, The Beast is coming. Baby Steps. We know it got pushed back a week because of Hollow Knight. They didn't want nothing to do with that. And I'm looking forward to Silent Hill F. That's a day one purchase for me right there. Sonic Racing, that looks pretty good. I'm curious if Fuzzy is going to be jumping on that, since he's a racing guy. And then of course, we got Altair. This is the Red Alchemist, I guess, part. There's EA Sports, SF, was it soccer? 26, Lego Party. Got an invitation to try that. I haven't decided whether I'm going to do that or not. Let's see. And then Final Fantasy Tactics is all that this month, and a few more that we haven't talked about yet. So crazy, some of the stuff that's coming up. Matt, we'll go to you first. Is there anything that's coming out or whether it's either out already or that's coming out that's like you were looking forward to out of all this list of craziness?
Oh man, still you just focusing on this month.
Well, you can talk about anything you want, but yes, any game coming to the rest of the year is fine too.
Yeah, I mean, I would say my two most anticipated would be Ninja Gaiden 4 and Outer Worlds 2.
Yeah.
So I've been waiting for Ninja Gaiden to come back for a long time. I did never think it would, and it was like that big surprise announcement this year. So that one is high on my list. And also Outer Worlds 2, I think it just looks great. They're expanded upon the original 10 times, and everything that they're showing for that game just looks absolutely awesome. Honorable mention, Ghost of Yotei. Still have my I'm excited for it, but I also might wait on it, depending on what I'm playing at the time.
Right.
Because like I've if the sequel is so similar to the first one, but it's less like with Outer Worlds, I understand, yeah, it's gonna be similar, but I feel like it's gonna be expanded a lot. Right? Outer Worlds 2 seems much bigger, better in so many different ways, whereas Ghost of Yote seems it's Ghost of Tsushima again. You know what I mean? Much like I felt like with the Spider-Man, like Miles Morales was an expansion to Spider-Man 1. And I was like, okay, it's the same game, really. Spider-Man 2 is essentially the same thing again. And I understand that can be for sequels and stuff, but sometimes it takes my excitement away. Whereas if I really feel like it's expanded upon and fleshed out and doing some other things, like I think Outer Worlds 2 is going to be absolutely massive compared to the first game. So like sequels do I think they need to stick to kind of like what they are, but also expound upon it. So I'm kind of like the Ghost of Yote, I'm excited for it, but I don't know how excited I am for it until it releases. I'll probably get FOMO, right?
Yeah.
And I'll clips and everybody playing it and stuff. But yeah, other than that, man, like we were talking about Lost Soul Aside. Also, I didn't get to chime in on that one.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just like we talked about a little bit earlier, like you know I think we predicted this earlier in this generation. I felt like a long time ago, I remember saying this, that eventually PlayStation's deals that they were going to be making to support their exclusive lineups were going to become more expensive, right? So they lost Square Enix. Like, yeah, could they maybe still get Square exclusives if they really forked over enough money? Maybe, because they'd have to offset the sales that they're losing. Square says it's not working for them anymore, right? And as the generation went on, I felt like these deals that they were going to have to make to get these third-party exclusives were going to continue to get more expensive. Now, so what we see them do is make deals for other games that are like shot in the dark games. You know, okay, we're going to gamble on this one, like, and see how it pans out. You know, this is like a AA type game or something. Like we're going to invest more into it. We saw what happened with Stellar Blade, right? They took a game that had already been announced for multiple platforms, and then they ended up publishing that, and then ended up putting a little bit of money into it. It ended up becoming a pretty good thing for them. But you see a game like this one went the other way, right? Like this is hand in hand with that. Like, okay, this one didn't really work out well for them. So we kind of see like even their deals that they're making are become a little bit more like interesting, like the Black Myth Wukong thing that's reported that they made a deal with them behind the scenes. It's not actually an exclusive published game by them, but they kind of paid to keep it off of other platforms for exactly 1 year. You know, so it's interesting how things are going with PlayStation with that in order to fulfill their pipeline. So, and I was trying to put together like a list, like to just kind of make it clear about like where they're at, right? Because like Lost Soul Aside is one of their few releases this year, and which is pretty disappointing. So you have, which the game I was talking about that I'm kind of excited for is Ghost of Yote. That's the big one. But then besides that, you had Midnight Murder Club.
Yeah.
Death Stranding 2. And Ghost of Yote and MLB The Show. That's literally it.
Yep.
For the entire year. In any year previous to this, Xbox would have been absolutely fucking slaughtered for having a lineup like this for an entire year. Like they would have been absolutely pummeled and crushed by all of media, all of gaming, everybody that talks on like Xbox has no games, Xbox this, Xbox that. The year that PlayStation is putting this year, which I would say 2024 wasn't much better, is absolutely abysmal. It's absolutely hot garbage in the amount of releases, and they only really have one big release first-party game, and that's Ghost of Yote. Now, Death Stranding 2 was a pretty good game, but they don't even own the IP anymore. right? So we know that's going to eventually be everywhere else. So like I feel like the day of exclusives for PlayStation, I feel like they know the writing's on the wall. Like, and I think that's why we're seeing a lot of the talk from them is like, yeah, when these games do come out, we're going to have to put them as many places as possible. Because like if we have this little fucking pipeline and we're having to rely on these third-party shit games like Lost Soul Aside to try and drum up excitement for our brand, that's not really going to work either. So our answer is to sell games to more people. But yeah, it's absolutely abysmal year. And I was trying to figure out how many games Xbox had this year, just because for comparison. About
14.
Yeah, Avowed, Oblivion Remastered, Towerborn, Doom the Dark Ages, South of Midnight, the Retro Classics thing they did, Gears Reloaded, Keeper, Ninja Gaiden 4, Outer Worlds 2.
Was it Hexen?
Heretic plus Hexen.
Tony Hawk's.
Tony Hawk 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, absolutely.
Gears Reloaded.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's plenty.
it's a lot, bro, and they're all in a subscription service day and date.
I don't know if you mentioned COD or not, but yeah, I think you did.
Black Ops 7. I haven't even mentioned that one yet. That's coming out. I mean, just the disparity is insane. Nobody is talking about this. Why? Why is nobody out there in the games media talking about the disparity of content Microsoft Gaming is putting out and putting into subscription service day and date, where we're getting this shit from PlayStation and people are saying everybody needs to charge more for games? It is absolutely asinine. It is so glaring. It is so glaring how many fucking good games we have coming to Xbox this year. There's been a ton, and there's more to come. And they're all in service day and date in Game Pass. Yeah, it's hurting the industry. It's hurting the industry. It's too good to be true.
Along with things like Blueprints and Expedition 33.
Yeah, you had the
exactly.
Claire Obscure Expedition 33, Blueprints, Silksong, all in the service day and date. Like, why are people sitting there on Twitter and social media talking about how Game Pass is bad for gaming instead of look at all the fucking amazing Game Pass alone has more great games than any other platform. Day and date.
Yeah.
It's a true statement. I said this a couple of years ago when I got clipped by that one guy that clips Reforged a lot when I was on Boom's show, that Xbox had more first-party stuff and more games coming than any other platform holder combined. You look at it, and it's a true fucking statement. And we're seeing it. We saw it this year, and it's not going to slow down because next year is the year of the heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. And where is the conversations about the output of games from the other platform holders? Instead, it's about why
the conversation is that they can't sustain themselves because of Game Pass. It's Game Pass's fault. It's the Series S's fault. That's what.
I don't give a shit. Xbox's fault. They can, hey, if this is unsustainable for them, I will, like Pong always says, I will ride this till the wheels fall off, dude. And I've been riding it for 8 years now, I guess, and it hasn't fallen off yet, right?
Exactly.
And if I had that mentality about how this is going to ruin the industry and all these other things, I'd be missing out on all this shit. I remember when we first started, like 4 years ago, kind of 5 years ago, when was it when Outriders went into Game Pass day and date? And I remember like, oh, that's a big third party game,
like 21 or something like that.
Yeah, I was like, that's
21,
new.
20,
I was like,
22.
this Outriders is a big Square published game going into Game Pass day and date. That's never happened before. I was like, well, that means this is a whole new world of possibilities coming to Game Pass. And since then, we've seen tons of third party games going to Game Pass day and date. Plus, the first party roadmap has just exploded.
Yeah, it has.
Like, why are people talking about how bad it is instead of how awesome it is? It's insane. Get your heads on straight.
Yeah.
In other news, Dragon Age came out in EA Play and hence Game Pass, and it's had the biggest engagement it's ever had, exploding. What's it, like 1,400% or some ridiculous number?
Ridiculous.
So, like, hey, I guess that game didn't win by being put in Game Pass. I guess I don't know.
Oh man, Dave, I forgot. Like on your original question, though. Sorry, because
you're fine.
I didn't hear you say Final Fantasy Tactics, and I see it on the screen in front of me. Final Fantasy Tactics, hands down, the most excited one I have for coming like this month.
Awesome.
Yeah. Look, it's a go like Mount Rushmore game for me. So
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. And in that same game, you're going to get the original version, even though it's updated, and then you're also to get kind of the newest, like graphical enhancements version, all in the same game. So that's going to be cool. I think it's pretty awesome from the way I'm understanding it. And I'm with you. I'm really excited about that as well. We'll go around the horn to Fuzzy. We'll get you next, but we got a couple of super chats we want to mention and get through those real quick.
Sure. Sir X-Men, $2. It's all about Borderlands 4. Let's go level up. Yeah, I'm excited to see Borderlands 4.
Me too.
Then we have FarQ gifted 5 WebDave memberships. Hey, FarQ, how's it going, man?
Exactly.
Do UK now? The Broke Boy Insider, $5. Speaking of exclusivity, anyone heard anything on Silent Hill 2 on Xbox? Exclusivity window ends 10/8. Also, Silent Hill F is a play anywhere title.
There you go. Nice to hear that. And I do have one thing.
Potential for TGS, maybe. Yeah. What do you think? Maybe they have something there.
FarQ. Just kidding. Love FarQ. What's up, buddy? I'm glad you could join us. But yeah,
and then
go ahead.
Sir X-Men, $2. Oh. The Great Mortal Kombat collection is coming.
That's true. It's very true, but it's coming soon. So Fuzzy, let's get your thoughts on this massive lineup, and of course, it could also be some stuff that's coming to the end of the year. But what are your thoughts on this? All this game, just this month, man, crazy. Fuzzy, you there? Fuzzy, step away.
Sorry about that. I did not realize I was on mute, so I do apologize.
You're welcome.
No, just on this lineup for this month, Silksong has already got me hooked. I'm looking forward to Indiana Jones DLC. Already have that pre-ordered because I bought the deluxe edition or whatever, or the ultimate edition of Indiana Jones. So can't wait for that. I'm behind schedule on getting Chronos. I definitely want to pick that up before this year is out, but haven't had a chance to purchase or download that just yet. But that will be coming here shortly. Already pre-ordered Battlefield 6, so playing a couple of rounds on the beta with Mav and the rest of the family definitely got me convinced, although it didn't take much convincing. 2042 was a bit of a mess when I remember that beta, and this comparably was a much better beta overall. So Battlefield 6 is on the high anticipation list, and I'll give one to PlayStation as well. Ghost of Yotai is also on that list for me as well. It'll give me a reason to dust off my PS5 other than GT7, but looking forward to that. But also looking forward to Outer Worlds 2. I was a big fan of the first one. Having this second one, especially with them having a little bit more of that, the positives and negatives on some of the traits and stuff. Like I think there's one where if you stare into the sun, you get more energy from staring into the sun, but then you also get like a sun glare or a lens effect when you aim down sights or something like that. So you take the pros with the cons kind of thing, but they're leaning more into that stuff and more into the RPG stuff as far as the builds, and they're also leaning more into like the different choices with the companions and stuff. So looking forward to that. But more so than Sonic Racing, the big one, considering I am a racing fan and a huge NASCAR fan, I think it's coming October instead of this month, but NASCAR 25. And it's from the developers that when they were over at Sierra for Papyrus, love what they did with NASCAR 2003, or actually love what they did with NASCAR 1998, because I think that was the first one with all three series, with the Busch series and Craftsman truck and stuff. And it looks like they're kind of doing the same thing. Plus, I think we get the ARCA cars. So that'll be like your starter series mixed in this new one. But yeah, back when they were Papyrus, that got closed down. They started iRacing. The one subscription service I'm not really a fan of is iRacing. Yes, I know you can get it for as low as $3 a month and stuff, but I mainly do offline racing against like the AI, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. And I like recreating like the 80s and 90s lineup. Like I want Terry Labonte and Waltrip and Earnhardt in the lineup and not have to worry about who I'm going to have trying to do a rec fest, playing it against people online, like having the AI set to a certain way where, yeah, Earnhardt's going to give you the chrome horn. That's fine. The rest of them will race a certain way type of deal. But I'm looking forward to NASCAR 25 just for the fact that it's not a subscription setup and I can do modifications to it, customize it, and what have you type of deal. So really looking forward to that. And I know there's a couple of other ones that I'm forgetting, but there's just I don't want to say that phrase too many games, although it is a true statement. But there's just so many good games between now and the end of the year, and then a ton more that are going to be piling up for next year. Like it's crazy right now. Like it almost feels like every month is almost Christmas kind of thing. Like we still got Ninja Gaiden 4 that's dropping this year.
Yep.
You still got COD coming into Game Pass before the end of this year. I think Keeper is before the end of this year as well. I might be wrong on that.
It's in October.
So yeah, like it's this month is packed already. Next month is borderline ridiculous. And what is it? What do you call it? We're hearing later this month, TGS. Rumor has it, one of my favorite games might get a sneak announcement kind of thing.
Maybe.
You know, being in a country that everybody has been, you know, begging them to, you know, do for one of their up and coming, you know, releases. So yeah, it feels like Christmas Eve almost every day. I look at gaming news, and I know you guys are talking about like the whole thing where like how well Xbox and Game Pass is doing, and it's like the media keeps on, you know, looking the other way. And I got clipped for that when I didn't really go toe to toe with Paris or anything, but it was more so that, and I wasn't pointing my ire at him as far as like the media that, you know, wants to talk about the negative of Xbox, but not the negative of any other platform. And I get it. There are times where Xbox deserves criticism, but me as a PlayStation owner, me as a Nintendo Switch owner, they deserve criticism equally at times. Yep. And I've always laughed at that stupid thing that it looks like it's dead, although I'm probably somebody will pick this up and bring it back about talking about, oh, replaceable batteries in 2025. That's stupid. It's like, no, it's not stupid, because the replaceable batteries could be either Duracell if you choose, or you could do rechargeables, which last a lot longer than the internal battery in the DualSense kind of thing. But instead of getting on a whole tangent on that, just know that right now, Game Pass is keeping me extremely happy with everything that's coming before the end of this year and going into next year, because we got Replace to look forward to as well, as far as like a small indie title. And I'm pretty sure we might see some Clockwork Revolution next year. But like I said, if we get this announcement later this month for Forza Horizon 6 in Japan, I think I'm good. I not that I'm saying I can be in the ground at that point, but it's like, no, that'll be the I won't say the last racing game I need, but I'll be good for a good long while with that. At that,
what a year if they announced that this year as well, man. Like even just the announcement, you know what I mean, for like all the game releases we're getting and everything's still coming to cap it off with, hey, but by the way, here's an announcement for next year for Forza Horizon 6, which is like it's probably the most popular game at this point. I would imagine. But then you still have the Game Awards too.
Yeah.
And who knows what they could show there.
And I mean, even at the Tokyo Game Show, there might be another one there as well, because Kojima is going to be taking up some time there as well. So maybe we get some more stuff on OD even. Like if we see Forza Horizon 6 this year and OD this year, just short of an apocalypse, I better not hear anybody ever say Xbox has no games. Like, if you bring your mouth to say that, you need to be struck down by lightning right there on the spot. Like, boom. That should never be even breathed, hinted, or anything. Because, like, much like Mav said earlier, like, was it I think it was like 14 games? You guys said there was 14 games that they've released from first party alone.
Yeah.
That we're not even talking about the third party deals, you know, day and date, or even ones that, you know, come there a little bit later. Like RoboCop was a nice drop in there as well. Like this has been a ridiculously good year for the Xbox platform. And we got Helldivers 2 this year. I mean, sure, they got Forza Horizon 5, and guess what? It's outselling everything that PlayStation put out this year for that platform. So yeah, it's a great time to be a gamer. And man, I want to know when we get the true Grand Theft Auto 6 release date. Like I don't believe May. And when do we get more of that info on the Starfield? Was that Terra Harana? What was the hint in that thing?
Oh yeah, well I've actually got that queued up. We'll get to that in just a second.
All right, so
we'll get to that. But yeah,
let me do some of these things first.
Hold on.
Oh wow!
One second. I do want to say. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead. I lost my train of thought now. Go ahead. But that's good.
All right.
Congratulations.
Lotus Esprit gifts 50 WebDave memberships. Thank you so much.
And if you got one, sorry, Matt, do it. Awesome. For sure. Go ahead. There's more.
Gamer by choice, $2. Mav, anti-Xbox narratives more important than logic. Yeah, there's that.
Says Christopher Dring.
Yes.
Exactly.
108 Dragons TV, $5. Hey, Lemon. PlayStation and Nintendo bad news. Don't make news. Hate Xbox is greatest draw for attention. Been that way since Windows 95. Facts. What's up, panel? Yeah, it is what it is.
Welcome,
Sir
man.
X-Men, $2. I'm mad because EA is shutting down 6 servers. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Are they older games? I'm assuming, right? Yeah.
Could be for sure. That's for sure. But Hargeet, before you go on this subject, I do want to add. Now, we're not going to say what if you have, but I have heard some. We'll say speculation because that's a fun word to use. Yeah, you see what I did there, Mav? See what I did there? There you go. That at the Tokyo Game Show, there could there's a few more games that might be coming out this year that we still haven't heard from yet, and we might be hearing something about that pretty soon. Have you heard anything about that? And if you have, just maybe no.
The only things I've heard about are Forza and then potentially a release date for FF7. What is it? Remake, integrate, whatever the first one is. I don't know about anything else. I would highly speculate that the price for the ROG Xbox Ally will be revealed at TGS. At this point, that seems like the next logical step. So I don't know what else is coming, but I would expect a bunch of stuff in that arena. They look like they are going all out in Japan this time. Oh yeah. And they kind of hinted at that when we were in June, right? When we were talking to Sarah. I would expect it to be a good show. And, even just Forza Horizon 6 as a headliner is an unbelievably big announcement to make in Tokyo. Yes. So that is that is one of the big key 3 franchises, right? Like now you have Call of Duty and all that. That's fair, but
4 or 5 franchises now.
Halo, Gears, and Forza, right? And that's one of the big 3. They're gonna put that out there. That is a big statement to make. And if it's in Tokyo, that's the arena that they're gonna be in. Holy crap! It's a big statement. And so let's see what they do. Hopefully they do have a bunch of other things. Look, it took a long time for us to get to the point where Ninja Gaiden could come out. That deal was made a long time ago. It finally came to fruition. I'm sure there's plenty of other stuff we aren't aware of that they have in the works, and we're gonna get those kind of announcements. So I'm very much looking forward to what they come up with. Certainly, Tokyo is where you want to see a lot of the Japanese stuff that's in work, or even other Asian stuff that's in the works. So yeah, why not? So I'm expecting a big show there. Hopefully it'll be big. To me, just the Forza one, that'd be huge. If they have other stuff doing, coming up at that show as well, great. I want to get the ROG Xbox Ally, like the price, and then the one can we pre-order. So I'm hoping that comes up there too. But yeah, I like, as far as the games, as to what I am looking forward to, there's like just in this month, so many things. Well, there's already been so many this year, but in this month, Borderlands, I'm heavily looking forward to that. Indies DLC looks pretty good, so I'm looking forward to that. There's I don't want to put this back up just so people see it. I'm not much into horror games. I'm sorry. So like Hell is Us and or Hell, what I think that's what it is. And Chronos, I don't care. Silent Hill left, I don't care. Baby steps, very very interesting. No, I'm not baby.
What? No baby step. No baby step for you.
not on my list. The Beast again, same thing. Dying Light. I think, it's okay. I finished Dying Light. Like, it's okay. I'm just not that interested. Atelier and Final Fantasy Tactics. These are pretty big JRPG type games, right? So I'm not overly interested, but they could be good. It's just the time. That's the problem. Is like you get sucked into these games and it's like, oh, that was like 80 hours. Oh my god, dude. It's like I don't know if I can actually spend that kind of time. Silksong might be an interesting one, but I'm not like that into platformers that aren't named Mario. So that kind of puts that on a little bit of a damper. I'm actually very much looking forward to Call of Duty. It's got co-op campaign. Hell yes. Co-op campaign is back. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Outer Worlds 2. Can't wait for that one as well. So like Plenty as a Keeper, I like those kind of games, so I'm looking forward to that. Ghost of Yote is a next year game for me because it won't be on PC yet, unless they want to decide to finally do that correctly and put it on PC day and date. But they won't. They'll keep it on PlayStation for a while, and so I'll have to wait till next year. That's fine. There's Metroid Prime 4, which is still to be coming this year, supposedly. I'm still waiting on that, so we'll see when that comes out. There might be, and there are still hints. There might be a big 3D Mario game coming. Whether that's later this year or maybe early next year. If that comes, that trumps it all. I absolutely would play. Hello, yes. A Mario game, yes. 3D full scale Mario game, yes. So if that's happening, awesome. So like there's so many games that I don't want to like miss them, but like there are just too many to actually go through every single thing. But those are like a big hitter list. But yeah, I mean, like there's a lot to look forward to. Like for those looking at other types of games, remember this Little Nightmares 3 is coming out, and you have whatchamacallit, with the racing one that you Sonic Racing Crossworlds, which looks kind of cool. Like I don't know if people are into that or not. Lego Party looks kind of fun, right? So there's all sorts of like games out there, right? There's so many different things. We'll see how it goes, but this is also a problem of how do you fit in to actually get the time to play these. So they may not sell well, and that's sad. But it is a reality. Like you can't just keep giving us this much. It's too much. It's too much. Like we just got Metal Gear Solid. I don't even have time to start that game. We got Shinobi that just came out, right? And how do you find time? I haven't started Gears of War. I own it, right? Because I have the original one. Gears of War Reloaded. I haven't even started that. I'm like, I don't have time. So how do you do that? Black Myth finally came to us. Like I don't know how many people picked that up on the Xbox side. Right, there's so much, so it just keeps going and going. And then, as you guys are pointing out, next year it looks insane. Yep. Like headliner alone is GTA. Remember that's still coming, right? GTA. That's the big headliner of next year. And then on top of that, you have Xbox bringing the heat with their major, mainline games, along with so this Fable, Forza, Gears, and Halo. And then you have Clockwork Revolution and potentially State of Decay and on and on. Like it's just crazy. They have so much in the works. We will see how it goes if all that still comes, and maybe we get some hardware announcements of a console variety. Potentially something coming there. All sorts of stuff going on. Well, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, somebody just mentioned. Let's see, Battlefield 6. Holy crap, that's another one, and that looks good too.
There you go, Fable GTA, yeah, and then we got a $5 super chat.
Yeah. Do you K now? The Broke Boy Insider, $5. I've got 3 collector's editions ordered coming out in October. The Little Nightmares 3. Yeah. Terminator 2D. And then TMNT. Yeah. Like, again, there's just so much. And then there's that, this 007 game. That case we just saw, like the pistol, right? The golden gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Crazy. So much good stuff coming out, man. So much craziness. My goodness. Gaming, I don't think we're going to have any problem with that anytime soon. Go ahead.
And my game of the Gamescom show, of course, Lego Batman.
Oh yeah,
Lego
exactly.
Batman.
I'm Lego Batman. That's it. We played this a couple of weeks ago, but since Fuzzy's on here, I got to play this for him real quick. Hargee, you remember seeing this, but I got to play it for Fuzzy. Fuzzy, I don't know if you've seen this or not, but it is like Mario Kart in real life. Can you see the screen? There we go.
Oh yeah. Oh. Ooh.
The wall. But I had a problem. The wall.
Yeah.
To holiday. And right now,
Ooh.
you can save. And right now, you can save £50 per person. And right now, you can save £50 per person.
Now, I've never been to this place, but I've gone to a go-kart place where
Pretty close.
I've had some fender benders, not caused by myself. But yeah.
Doesn't that just look absolutely dangerously crazy?
Yeah, me and my buddy almost got in like a fight after a go-kart race at this place in Dallas called Malibu Speed Zone, and I'm super competitive, right? So when we're racing, I'm actually trying to like cut them off and like take them around the corners and everything, Well, one of my friends spun out in front of me and ended up ramming him right into the side. So then my other buddy was so pissed off about that when we stopped at the end, he went full speed into the back of me. Yeah, and so then we were like, got out. We're like, what's it's like over stupid go-karts, man. But yeah, it could be crazy, dude. That looks like a death trap, though.
Yeah,
like
dangerously death.
I don't know, like if I would do that one because I think we actually saw somebody fall off a cliff. I wasn't 100% sure, but like I think we just witnessed somebody die.
Oh, disclaimer: we don't know that anybody's actually dead, but could be.
Who knows?
Exactly.
Who knows?
You need the other one.
He fell off into the ether.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no!
Exactly.
Oh, also, hey, to clarify, I tried looking up the intergalactic thing. I couldn't find anything about the PC on that, so I just wanted to make a note that I was mistaken on that. But I think I can't remember what it was. There was something where they had PC on there at the announcement, but I just can't remember what it was. But I remember like, oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Lotus gifts another 50 WebDave memberships.
Wow.
Thank you so
50
much.
bar.
Thank you.
You rock, Lotus.
Absolutely amazing. And for
have you ever done Lotus
go-karting?
Lotus go-karting? Like drifting around the Lotus. You ever done that?
Yeah, a Lotus Esprit. I love that. It was my favorite Bond car, from the Spy Who Loved Me, going underwater and stuff. Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah. Lotus, again, thank you so much for your generosity. It knows no bounds, and we greatly appreciate it. And congratulations to all 100 people now that have gotten memberships because of you. Thank you. They have access to all these wonderful emojis and have a good time with that. Choo choo, motherfucker. I like that one. Yeah, that's an old speculation one. I like that. Choo-choo. Oh goodness. So the last thing we'll touch on before as we wrap things up, Hargeet, I'll let you jump on this one first, because have you got any clue, any kind of insight, any kind of what the hell are they talking about? It's the Bethesda's Starfield turns 2 years old, and they have a cryptic tease, and the bottom screen shows the kind of the sample of putting together what little pieces
Terran
flashed
Armada.
up there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anybody actually knows what it is, but like there's something coming. We know that there's supposed to be DLC for the Starborn, right? So so I don't know if this is a part of that too. I have no idea. But there's something that they're doing. So but yeah, I don't really have any insight into what the heck's going on. But yeah, it's cool to see that there's content coming, right? And we were kind of expecting maybe this would be at the June showcase, maybe at Gamescom. Nothing happened there. Maybe they're waiting for TGS. Maybe they're waiting for the Games Award, the Game Awards, right? So or maybe they're waiting for next year just because they have so much stuff already. So I don't know. Like maybe maybe it's just they have to find a time and fit it in. Don't they have a QuakeCon? Has that already happened too?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know if they would do things that are outside of just specifically id, but maybe they could bring up something there, since it is kind of Bethesda and that umbrella, right? So,
right.
I don't know, so again, more content's always great. I did go back and play what the heck was it called, the DLC that came out, on the weirdo planet, right? The one that we had that other faction, Shattered Space, right? And so I did finish that one. It was decent enough. It wasn't like the best one of the factions, but it was decent enough. And then I'm really hoping they kind of extend the story with the Starborn DLC. I kind of want to see what's going on with the whole Starborn thing. Like they kind of introduce you to it and then kind of leave it in a weird kind of state, right? So I'd love to have more about what's going on, how that relates, and how they actually explain things and whatnot, right? So let's see what they do with it. And then this could be yet another thing. Maybe it's some sort of side mission, or it's a whole new DLC that they're working on that they're gonna tell us about as after hey, this is the one that's coming out now, and then we're gonna have this, right? So that could be kind of cool too. I don't know. We'll see what they do with it, but this is kind of the thing that with their games, they do generally give them a lot of content after release. So what the hey, right? So if they're going to keep doing that, that's awesome. So we'll see what they do with it. But yeah, I have no idea what this is. Out of nowhere, right? We're hearing a whole bunch of other quality of life improvements that are coming to the game as well. So we'll see what they do. But hey, let's see. When they announce this stuff. Maybe I think it's all coming next year, but whenever it's coming, hopefully they announce it sooner than later, and we can kind of anticipate what we can get from Starfield.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, cool. I got some really cool screenshots from FarQ, where his vacation in the States, which is kind of cool. So yeah,
he was in Idaho, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Kind of cool. Yeah. Sharon knows a little bit. That's awesome. That is awesome. All right. So yeah, because you never know what FarQ is going to come up with. Just saying. It could have been really bad. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you for sharing those, FarQ. It looks like you had a great time. Love Iowa. I've been there a few times. Over 300 people watching us live. Guys, your thoughts? Anybody else's got thoughts on what this could be, or you just think it's maybe an announcement that's coming or pending? Like the inevitable, isn't that what they say? PlayStation version that people have said this 2 years ago it's going to come out. Still hasn't happened yet. Anyway, what are your thoughts, Matt? What are your thoughts? Do you think Starfield is? Think it's something going to be coming up real soon? We may hear next week. Week after.
I'm sure. I mean, at some point, I think it's going to PlayStation. I don't know when, but I wouldn't be surprised me if they announced that. But there was supposed to have been an expansion this year, originally, and we hadn't heard anything about it yet. So Recently they had said that, hey, there's news about upcoming content soon, so like we could be getting DLC in some form or fashion. I think we're getting a bigger expansion at some point. I don't know exactly like if it'll be as big as the last one, or it could be even bigger. Like it's supposed to be Starborn, I think is what's called Starfield Starborn is what the next expansion is supposed to be called. So it could be the announcement of that, and it could be for like, hey, we're putting this out early next year. It could be, hey, we're doing this late this year too. Who knows, man? It could be a shadow drop as well. But I think there is some news coming for Starfield. Just don't know how big it'll be. That there is like, I think an expectation as somewhat at least of a roadmap of content for it. So it could just be something like that, like, hey, here's what to expect for this content update. This is coming out at this point. Hey, here's when the expansion's releasing. Where this is what our plans are long term for it. Because they did come out with the other video recently just talking about that there is stuff coming, right? Not to the dismay of all the articles that were written about the survival of Starfield and all that stuff that I alluded to earlier. I remember last year there was an article that came out before the Shattered Space DLC expansion came out saying like the future of Starfield is dependent on Shattered Space. And I was like, man, there's already supposed to be another expansion in the works. And there's also like, if they supported Fallout 76 for years and that like dismal sales and support that had originally when it came out, like they're going to support Starfield for the long haul. Like this is a big franchise for them. Like Starfield is going to be one of these games that people are still playing 10 years from now. We can look at it next generation looking like, hey, was it the game of the generation potentially after everybody keeps playing Starfield all throughout this generation, all the updates that we get, all the mods, all the content that keeps coming? I think it will be one of the most played games that we've had this past gen. But yeah, I expect some news soon, man.
Nice.
I don't know how they're going to lay it out.
Yeah.
I do think when they lay it out, there is a potential that they announce the PlayStation release at the same time.
It makes sense.
That would just make sense.
Yeah, especially since everybody's all buddy and kumbaya now, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, good, cool with me, man. More people buy the games. It means they get more money and they can put more resources into the content.
Yeah.
That means we get more stuff.
That's the best way to look at it, man. It's the possibilities are endless because of all the income and the money they're making.
Oh yeah, like
may not be number one in console sales, but who cares?
What's the most likely that a dev and a studio or a publisher is going to be putting resources into a game? Is it how many people play it? How many people get access to it? Like if you have a very small amount of people, you're not going to pour hundreds of millions of dollars into something where it's only going to do so much. Like the bigger chance of the audience means the more resources can go into something, right? So that's just basic common sense. So if they put it on PlayStation and that brings a lot of players in and it sells a few more million copies and they have more people to put more resources into the game too, hey, more the merrier for me, man.
Exactly. Fuzzy, your thoughts?
It's kind of weird because I decided to do the AI lookup kind of thing just for each word independently. Tehran, it came back and said inhabitants of Earth. I figured it had something to do with Earth in general anyway.
Yeah, what's the guy from Star-Lord? He's a Terran. They call him a Terran.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I figured it'd be something Earth related, but Amada came back as loved. So I don't know exactly where they're going with that, but I could see this DLC being more Earth focused because and I can't say spoilers because if you haven't played Starfield by now, what are you doing?
If you've been to Earth now in the game, it's kind of beat up a little bit.
Yeah. So maybe there is a resurgence on Earth. I mean, maybe there is more exploration. Maybe we find that there is a set of a faction that hunkered down and now live below ground kind of thing, because all the other stuff is, like you said, it's been dusted. I mean, you can go around and collect some collectibles on the planet, but for the most part, there's really it's really barren at this point. But if they have it where we find a whole slew of missions or factions or something like that on Earth, that would be pretty cool. I still want that Starborn DLC that we kind of got a hint or a leak of before, or maybe somehow they're intertwined. Maybe the Starborn or the future or past or like previous version. All right, without sounding crazy or tinfoil hatty, I've always thought humans ourselves, just reality for a minute here, have been like humans 2.0 or 3.0 on this planet. I know it's a crazy idea. And not to throw religion in here or anything like that, but
that's all right.
It's one of those things where, look at those millions of years between dinosaurs and us. You don't think humans could have like come up, gotten, technology and left the planet, and then we kind of repeat and restart, like rinse and repeat several times. So maybe it's something along those lines of as a storyline where the Starborn were the humans 1.0, and they explore the universe and now they wind up coming back, or maybe you find the the secret back to that whole start of the Starborn, or however they've linked up across the universe and time and so forth. I know tinfoil hat stuff, but it'd be cool if they can find a way to mix the two. But anything Starfield at this point, I got like 5 simultaneous playthroughs. 2 of them are broken though, like the main planet where you have the dock and the landing port and stuff like that. The floor is missing on one of them. And then my other playthrough that's broken, none of the enemies come out the ship. And it's all because I got in a Starborn ship before I was supposed to. Like they were coming out. Like I've always tried to rush to get there, so I'm there before they get off the ship. When you see the spaceships land and stuff. Well, I messed around with the door. I saw them come out, and then I wound up in the ship. I'm like, what the heck? And I think I wound up having to close the game or something because it wouldn't let me out the ship once I got in it. And then ever since then, whenever an enemy ship lands, the enemies won't come out. They won't. The landing gear or anything doesn't. Well, the back door stuff doesn't drop down, so you can't even get in the ship at this point as well. So those 2 playthroughs I broke. Hopefully this DLC patches those, but in any event, I enjoy the heck out of that game. Sci-fi nut myself. Also into zombies. I don't know if we ever need a zombie sci-fi DLC, but yeah, I'm looking forward to anything that they have. And they're like the one guy that's I guess the main director was saying they got more stuff coming. Any quality of life improvements would be cool. I really dig that they added the buggy to it and all the other stuff that they've kind of adjusted where you can make things more survival-ish if you want, as far as how much the food heals you or doesn't heal you, or how much damage you take, or how much damage you can deal and stuff like that. Like all that stuff is pretty cool. But I think we get a PlayStation announcement as well, and then watch how magically those 7s become 10s because the DualSense saved
it could be a whole another faction quest line too. Called the Terran Armada. Like you remember in Starfield, I don't want to spoil, but this is like a side thing kind of, but there was like a ship that had been separated from the rest of the humanity when they all made their voyage and stuff, and so they were secluded and didn't know about any of these other things that went on, and it was kind of like they were just learning. Like you show up and it's like they weren't aware of all the other shit that's happened all this time, and like what happened. And I don't remember the storyline, so maybe they answered this, but like what happened to the rest of the armada, or maybe there's a whole nother armada of humanity or something that like has been off by themselves doing their own thing all this time as well, right? So like the first DLC really went into the what's the snake worshippers, the freak, I can't think of the faction name off the top of my
yeah.
head. I went into that whole faction, or not faction, but people and stuff, right? And then this is going to maybe this will be a whole thing, like with a whole new group that we learn about, with places to explore, big ships to explore, and stuff like that. Because in this universe, like anything can happen. Like you could literally have like 5 Armada ships show up randomly, like, oh yeah, we've been traveling through time. We're here. We finally made it. Like you don't know what's going to happen in Starfield, man, because the world that they built is just full of infinite possibilities in that universe. So
True that.
the
For
Terra
sure.
Armada is a cool name. It means like Earth ships. Like
Yeah.
it means like an armada of Earth ships. That's
Yeah.
really what that means.
Just gonna say for Fuzzy, but Hargey, do you mind reading that from Mac?
Sure. Mac 22 TH54. If Fuzzy, to correct the landing pad problem, delete the landing pad, leave the planet, come back, rebuild the landing pad. That should fix it.
Ooh,
There you go.
appreciate that. I'll
There you go.
definitely give that a try.
And member chat.
Yep. DUK now, the Broke Boy Insider, a member for 6 months. Damn, that Fuzzy Belvedere steals my point. Where to?
A point there too. Yeah. Yeah. I
Oh,
think he's
there
good.
too. Except
Yeah.
where? I'm like, where?
Yeah.
There too. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Oh yeah, and they were called the Varun.
Yeah, and Andrasia's
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Hargey, did you have any thoughts on that, or are you ready to wrap things up?
I mean, I already talked about it, but so I, as far as this DLC, we'll just see. Like, I don't know. And Terran, I mean, Terra is Earth, right? So Terran, definitely means Earth. But I like what that means. Who knows, right? Like, it could be any kind of thing. But yeah, I would love to see them do all sorts of crazy things with the whole loop that they have with the Starborn. But I don't want to get into too many spoilers. People should play the game and enjoy it and find out for themselves what happens. So,
Definitely worth going over for sure. Guys, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. You ended up at like peak levels. We were like, we got another super chat. I'll let you get that one real quick.
All right, Dave Reezy, $2. Maybe the PS version will let you land on.
That's funny. Too funny.
We'll call it Planet Thrash. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it hurts so much pain. Oh, goodness. Again, thank you all so much. Peak, we had over 300 people here at one time watching us, listening to us live on YouTube and on X, and one still on Twitch. Thanks, appreciate you there. So guys, we'll go around the horn. Mav, please tell everybody where they can reach out to you, where they can find you when you're going to be on.
Yeah, man. We didn't have a show yesterday, on Thursday, because we had the Cowboys game, the NFL kickoff. So, but usually you'll find us on Fun Speculation over on YouTube Thursday nights at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. Eastern time, and you'll find Pong there, and also Fuzzy. He's usually there. Jasper, when he can, hangs out with us as well. I haven't seen Psycho in a while. He's busy because he just got another promotion. So, and then 3-Bit when he can as well. But yeah, we have a good family over there that comes and hangs out on Thursday nights, and we just talk games. And besides that, trying to do some more solo streams when I can. Maybe some Mavcast and stuff when I can as well. But then we also have the new channel, Sup Babe, with me and my wife. It's like vlogs and stuff like that. And as soon as I finish up here, I'm going to be uploading our first podcast episode up on the channel. So
got that on the screen right there.
Yep.
All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, we got another one. Sir X-Men, $2. Fuzzy, let's start a Mario Kart on a roller coaster.
All righty. Too funny. Oh, goodness. And of course, Fuzzy Belvedere, please tell everybody where they can reach out to you, where they can find you. And of course, where your wife also has a show as well.
Mhm.
Man,
Well,
lots of
as
stuff.
always, love doing these appearances with you, Dave and Hargeet. Always
you.
love hearing your thoughts and just interacting with you guys on the gaming industry. And Mav, pretty much my extended family. Always love being on a podcast with you. And like you said, check us out on Thursdays for the Fun Speculation, family podcast.
Whatever we're calling it now. Yeah.
It's always a great time. We don't go stage left as much or off the rails as much, but still always a good time. But definitely check that out. And then on Double Barrel Gaming, Mondays and Fridays, Monday at noon, Xbox Lunch Break Special, Breakfast with Boom on Fridays at 10 a.m. Definitely check that out as well. On Friday evenings is the Wife's Podcast, Fright Night with Ferocious Fee. We skipped this past Friday. Hard week with school starting back. Her being the teacher, she needed the break. But we will be on next Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be doing the Pitch Black review, talking about the Chronicles of Riddick and some of the other movies, and how much I guess we love Pitch Black more so than some of the other parts. But yeah, it's an awesome movie to check out. Awesome podcast. If you get the time that if you're into horror, definitely check us out on Fridays at 6. Also Shop Podcast, which I did just before here, every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Pixelated Echoes will be on hold for a little bit, but we will be we will be back soon. So definitely keep an eye out for us for Pixelated Echoes. But as always, just do a search for Fuzzy Belvedere on social media. You'll be able to find me and all my rambles and rants.
Awesome. Again, thank you so much for joining us. I know you had the other show as well, but I do appreciate you doing that. And I don't know if you saw the Fuzzy's Matt Fonz's question. Did you see that? Why so different on your setup?
Yeah. I don't know when last time you
answered
saw it. Yeah, like we had
he answered it. Huh?
Yeah, I moved into a different room, so Kate's actually right over here, and we have like a dual kind of content creation studio set up in here now.
Nice.
So we're doing things together, and yeah, it's been pretty cool, man. Yeah, it looks a little different, but it's pretty much same thing.
There you go. Hargeet Chani, my favorite Jedi. Please tell everybody where they can reach out to you on all the wonderful shows that you're on, including one with Fonz. So please tell everybody about that, and your book and all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah. So my book, if you want to get it, shop.chani.us. If you want to check out my channel, Hargeet Chani 1 on YouTube. If you, my next podcast will be with Boom. We'll see how Xbox is dead again this week.
No.
7 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, Double Barrel Gaming on Wednesday, and then Friday with C Money and Doodle on Point for Gamers, 8-ish, somewhere between 8 and 9 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. And then, as you mentioned, with Fawn, 6 p.m. I think we'll stick to 6 p.m. We'll see with 6 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time on Saturday. So check that out on Fawn's Gaming, and then we'll be back next week to recant how Xbox is dead.
There you go. Xbox is dead. Oh, dear goodness. And of course, as Dirt would say, oh, yeah. Thank you all for joining us.
That's been played for me. I don't know if it played for anybody else.
Did anybody hear that?
I didn't hear it.
No.
Maybe the chat did.
If you like this video, please hit the like
button. Hit that like button, everybody.
Yeah, that worked.
I must have bumped the muted button. Oopsie. I'm sorry. Thanks for putting that out, though. I appreciate it, because everybody was like, what the fuck's he talking about? Well, Dave's lost his mind. There you go, as usual. So we are going to be we're gonna do a little raid too. If you want to stick around, so you can put that in your description. If you go to their channel, please do that. Who we're going to go raid tonight? Pixelated Echoes is not on, so we're going to go raid Vera Dark. She is doing a live stream playthrough right now of Hollow Knight Silksong. So yeah, if you want to check that out, she's a pretty cool cat. Check it out. Go over and let her know she's been raided, and we appreciate that greatly. It's always a lot of fun to jump over on different shows. And of course, when Pixelated Echoes is on again, we will definitely raid them consistently because we like Fuzzy and we like 3-bit. So guys, thank you all so much for being here and for being a part of the show. Was it more Starfield? Yeah, there you go. I'm actually going to be out playing some Helldivers here in a few. So anybody wants to help Dave through, please do so. Just kidding. Oh goodness, Hargee, we need to play it at some point once I get some levels up because I don't want to hold you back because right now,
dude, I'm like level 5 or 6 or something.
I'm
way,
1,
way low.
so
yeah.
I would hold you way the hell back. Oh goodness. All right, let me get everything set up here for the outro. And again, thank you guys so much for joining us here on the Gamers Council. See ya.
Game over.
Weird.